Santa Barbara neighborhood. You're listening to 10 Drink Minimum, voted Albuquerque's #1 podcast with Chris, Billy, and Smiley.
It's become...
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Smiley.
Smiley.
And Smiley.
Can you turn the monitor up a little? There we go. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, okay. Okay, now I can hear it.
We love this. Okay, welcome to 10 Drink Minimum. My name is Billy. This is Chris.
Yeah.
Smiley. And who do we have in the studio today?
Harland. We have Harland from Scene Splitter, our boy.
Hi, thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, you're kind of like our, what do you call it? Man on the street, man of the about town.
Semi-pro fanboy.
Okay, so there's back in the day when you were in a band, this is before like internet websites. This is before like MySpace. You get things called street teams.
Oh yeah, dude, what was it, streetteam.com?
I was a street team for Less Than Jake.
Oh really?
I was on the street team for Voodoo Glow Skulls.
Very nice.
What is this?
They're called street teams. So say
Yeah.
there was a way to promote your show.
Yeah.
Or to promote your brand.
They would send you
they would send you like merchandise, CDs,
Yeah.
and like stickers,
To hand
and
out.
T-shirts. And the thing is, what your job is to hand out flyers and stickers to upcoming shows.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh, I was on.
So like what Stu does?
Yes. Yes.
But they're for like 14, 15-year-old kids
Yeah.
have nothing to.
Well,
you don't get paid, but you get free merch.
Yeah. Are you
So-
not talking? Someone. He's either too low or he's not talking on the mic at all.
So anyway, I'm talking to the mic, but I'm saying what street teams did was a
See,
great
I'm like way up
tool
here, okay.
for bands
Yeah,
to
he's
get their
right.
shit out. So when I was in my band back in 2000s, you would send like press kits, you would send
Yeah.
T-shirts and stickers out to like 15-year-old kids who loved your band, and they would go into the high schools and be like, "Hey,
Okay.
you should come to the show."
When I was in college, there was a website called streetteam.com, and you signed up for it, and you started out as level 1. And they would send you like, they would show all the like bands or movies or whatnot. Did you ever do this?
Nope.
That were available, like the first Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire had one of these, and I was on that street team. And they would send you like a package, and you would hand it out. And you were supposed to have people take photos of you doing this, and you could upload them to the street team site. And if you did this, then you could move on to level 2, and they would give you better stuff.
That's how it's supposed to work. But the thing
Yeah.
is, on our level, you would go to a show at the Hole in Clovis, and the only people would be there was the people
Yeah.
on your street team. Who
Right.
it was so fucking.
They still exist. They're still very effective.
Really?
Street
Wow.
teams are?
I was actually on a Sumerian Records street team for about a week, but I worked a couple jobs, just didn't have the time. Like you said, it's for
Yeah.
kids. You don't have...
It's for like
Yeah.
15-year-olds who are like high school kids.
And it makes them think like, yeah, man, I'm part of the band.
It's fun. No,
and they get in the shows for free. You get
Exactly.
like FaceTime, and you get
Yeah.
to hang out with bands. It was such a great thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's weird, like you say that, because there's kind of still that going on as well, but it's like for products now.
Oh, yeah.
Because like I remember going to parties in Albuquerque, and someone would show up, and they're like on the street team for Red Bull, and they would have just like
that's
a
bullshit.
they'd have like a backpack full of Red Bulls.
Oh
And
hell yeah!
then-
Street team for like Marlboro cigarettes.
Yeah,
It's not even exactly a street because they're getting paid to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was a Camel guy for a while.
right.
Doesn't mean
Well,
you're a street team guy.
We get
though.
yeah,
But it's
no,
kind of that.
We got
though.
paid
It's kinda-
$9.50
like,
an hour.
I remember going to this guy's
plus free cigarettes.
I was at the fraternity up here, helping out, and one of the guys, we go to his dorm room, and he has like fucking 20 cases of Monster, and I was like, dude, do you like this that much? He goes, oh no,
Ugh.
I'm on the, I hand it out at parties.
I poison kids.
I poison kids, yeah.
Right.
So I mean, that's kind of the same concept. That's where the corporation took that concept and ruined it.
And it's
really.
effective. Free
It was the quintessential way you found out about shows when I was in high school.
Oh, really?
Like somebody was on the street team and you became jealous of them and you wanted to be a part of that street team to figure out how to do it. And it was just a lot of free
Really?
t-shirts. A lot of free t-shirts, a lot of free
Yeah.
merch, and getting the show for free.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Then a lot of these
I
kids who
was-
were on the street teams actually become a lot what I know in town, some of the promoters and
Oh,
bookers
okay.
in
Oh, exactly,
town.
yeah.
So they
I-
kind
I-
of grow and develop and cut their
That's
teeth.
interesting. Yeah.
I want to say like Jake Lang, who does
Exactly.
He was like original street team guy for like bands.
He's on tour with Circus Survive right
Oh,
now.
yeah,
This is huge for him, man. He's done a lot for our scene,
Oh.
especially younger cats
I'm
like
trying to think.
myself.
There was a
fellow
punk
millennials.
band that came through not too long ago, and I was on their street team. And when I was on the street team back, I mean, this was like the 90s. It was so weird.
So street teams are, I guess, for kids who are excited about the scene, who want
Yeah.
to exchange like
This
the
guy.
culture. They want to excite people about local music or whatever, like touring bands, live music. I want to know about the person. I want him to call in who was on a street team who didn't do shit.
We can we have a number 505-750-1353.
It's like, I'm on your street team and I have all this merch that I never gave out. It's just piling
hoarded.
up. It's just in my room. I have like 12 T-shirts and like 500 stickers.
Street team hoarders.
Okay, you know,
street team hoarders. I want to hear about those people.
Do you know the backpack I have? Like the little drawstring run with the
Yeah.
that's from working for Camel Cigarettes.
Oh wow!
Because I have a backpack of those filled of those backpacks. So it's like I've been going through them for years. Like they're not well made, so they fall apart. It just always appears
That's
that
not
I have
the same bag you had.
Hell no, man. Oh,
Smiley's
Were you
poisoning
a
the youth.
street team hoarder?
drawstring backpacks don't last for a
MTV
decade.
True Life Street Team
They're
hoarders.
now known as bro sacks.
bro sacks.
Yeah, the drawstring bags are bro sacks.
Really?
now.
How come? 'Cause,
But
like,
yeah, the
bros
thing
went around?
is, like, I'm in my 30s.
I've been
and
wearing them for
street
10
team-
years, and apparently
I haven't
everyone
even
thinks it's the
had
same
the
one.
thing about street teams. It hasn't even occurred to me for the last 15 years. To actually talk about this right now is actually really interesting
Oh, wow.
to me. It's like I want to know what street teams are like now with the new like social media
Well,
going
yeah.
on. Because I want to say they're obsolete because you would just
Kind of, yeah.
kind of
Obsolete.
send like a fucking Facebook invite.
Hear that guy?
Well-
Seed splitter's
Well, no,
obsolete.
they got dolphins now.
What's the
I don't know.
What's that mean?
I actually even feel that the flyer culture is going away. Too.
Yeah,
Like, the
I
guy
mean, you get to
hand-
the point now where someone tries to hand you that shit out in public. You're like, no, thank you.
Yeah, I know.
Don't touch me.
Maybe it's because I'm old. Because, like I said, I'm in my 30s now, and if somebody hands me like a flyer to something,
Yeah.
I look at it, but
Oh, I
just-
save all mine.
you
I
just-
have like
Well, we're gonna have Daniel McBride from Sumerian Records on at 8:30. We could probably ask him. I mean, he would know something about like how well they,
Oh, definitely.
how they lean on like street teams and whatnot nowadays. You know.
And I want to say,
Absolutely.
if it's like a generational thing, do kids still look at these things and take notes? Like, oh, okay, there's a show going on. Whereas I don't give a fuck. If somebody hands me a flyer for a show, I just throw it away. I'm like,
I
fuck
think,
you.
well, I think it's an age thing for you.
And I like
so.
posters more. I mean, the bigger, like, venue flyer, not
Yeah.
so much the little hand size sort of thing. The big, what you can hang on your wall. I kind of like
it's
those
print
a lot more.
to me. 'cause
And then there's
print-
Alibi. It's
I still like the tangible print
Okay.
media myself, and
That's a good argument. Like as far as like even music goes, do you lean towards
do you even
digital,
print, bro? Do you even print?
or do you want a CD? Does anyone want a CD anymore? Does
I
anyone
don't-
want a tape?
No.
But the thing is, he makes a great point. You want something tangible, so so like lower like
for some reason cassettes are coming back.
cassettes are.
I don't know why.
That was the
Me
argument that was
neither.
made. Like somebody gave me cassette with a digital download.
You
Yeah.
can be fun with it. Yeah, I
You
mean,
can be
you
totally
have
fun with it. You can go with like a DVD.
stickers. I'm a sucker for
I like a
stickers.
vinyl.
Oh,
But that's all that I like analog.
Stickers.
Yeah, it's true. I'd get a vinyl or something
No, but like
with
I
a
said,
digital
like,
download.
everyone gets creative now of what they want to be tangible.
Get my
Like,
Yeah.
he makes a great argument with cassettes because cassettes. You talk about records making a big increase. I want to know how cassettes have done because
They haven't.
really
There's only one medium. Last year, this is as of last year, 2014. Only one media increased in profitability, and that was vinyl.
Yeah, it was vinyl.
Digital was down.
hipsters.
Everything was down, but
Thank
vinyl.
you.
Vinyl is actually on the way up.
You're welcome.
Like I said,
Hipsters.
sucker for stickers.
But
When
the
you
thing
guys
is-
drop
Saving
yours.
the music
Yeah.
industry.
But the thing is like even vinyls. I mean, we're not talking like a lot. It's not like there's fuck tons of vinyl. It's just the only one that increased and didn't decrease. So
It makes sense again. Tangible product, and then the bigger art.
Yeah, it's
Offer the album art is bigger. I love
that's the thing.
CDs.
like that's why
I just can't afford vinyl.
when like CDs
Yeah.
when CDs came out,
It
I
makes
was
sense.
like, oh man, I wanted to get the CD because it had bigger artwork on it.
yeah,
Like the tapes have like crappy artwork. If you like
right.
go through it, and it's all
yeah, the
folded
Appetite for
up.
Destruction artwork was much better on the CD.
Oh, they have the tape hiss.
Yeah.
I kind of missed the tape hiss.
I don't.
The old Misfits recordings, man. Like
I
they
don't.
captured the era of the 70s or something.
Ugh.
But then
That
I
hit.
And
think
they would
that's
stretch out after a while or melt in the fucking car.
They're coming back,
Tapes-
though.
Tapes are. I don't know
To a
why.
degree.
vinyl melts too.
I don't leave that in the car.
So do CDs. Like
I don't leave those. I never
In
saw
Phoenix,
a CD
Arizona.
melts.
CDs don't melt; they scratch and
Yeah.
they skip.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen DVDs melt in a car.
Well,
You just don't leave your media in a car because
Yeah. So we've never had you on the show before, have we?
No, never.
Never. So you're a part of something called Scene Splitter. Can you actually explain that at all?
Yeah, it's basically just me for now. I mean, I'm the I guess the head of Scene Splitter.
Okay.
I'm focusing on my photography. It's
All
a
right.
multimedia project, so I'm pulling a lot of different people with different skills. We're kind of the same level as I am, just starting out, kind of cutting their teeth here in town, be it in filmmaking, music recording, again, photography. That's
So you
my
do
thing.
filmmaking.
To a degree. I've been working with Eric Smeagol of Elusive Pictures since high school.
Yeah.
And he's been progressing over the years as a director, writer. So it's something I've been involved with. Been proud to have been involved with since high school. And it's the beauty of Scene Splitter. It's kind of a Hydra-esque sort of monster that I've put together. And my skills are really, look, I'm a budding photographer, street photography, gonzo journalism, another thing that I really like trying to delve into marketing promotion. So again, kind of along the lines of a one-man street team at this point.
Right.
Trying to poach a few more people to help me out because I can't be everywhere at once. There's a lot of great shows that happen weekly, and unfortunately, I'm going broke going to a lot of them. And like I said, I need more people to be at.
And the thing is, like, we deal with a lot of promotional companies. We deal with a lot of people who are trying to do the media thing. But you're the only person that I think speaks to like younger people, and not like because
Millennials,
yeah, exactly.
Millennials.
And it's funny because you're wearing a Red Fang shirt, and I fucking love Red Fang. You love all the bands that I like. We talk about Mars Volta, we talk about like old El Paso scene. We'll talk about screamo bands for days, like the entire like early 2000s, even like late 90s, kind of like a punk or whatever. And that's what I've been to. That's why I like what you do.
Yeah, no, thank you, man. I'm all over the place.
I do think there is that meaning. I do think there is that audience that I would like to be part of.
There is. No, and that means a lot to me. You guys just had me on the show. I mean, that's this is huge for me. So thank you. Cheers to you, gentlemen.
Yay! This is like your big media coming out.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's terrible. I'm sorry.
Got to start somewhere, yeah.
No, that's true. And
he does go to shows. He does. Yeah. He's one of those guys. If we had more people like Harland, this scene would be like the best scene.
Right.
No, there's more people out there who go to shows. You know some of them. You know, Stephanie, Mickey, Sabrina. Jesus, man.
Sure. I just don't go. I don't like the same music you guys like. I go to different shows.
He goes to different shows.
I go to different shows.
Back when I had a real job, I used to go to like every show. Like
you used to too. I do remember you being the person to go out. I was like, if you went out, you saw us.
Yeah.
What happened, Smiley?
I was at.
I stopped making money.
I was at.
I decided I didn't care about money anymore.
Join a street team, bro.
I was at the Heartless Bastards the other day, and I was really shocked to see like Ian and Sabrina and them there. And then today, I was like, they were playing it, and I was like, wow, this shocks me. You like it? And they're like, why? I'm like, because it's like Americana country kind of shit, you know. You guys like fucking crazy metal shit.
Doesn't matter. Like, I love all of that. The thing is, like, the banger of the fucking week, the banger of the fucking year is the fucking Drake song. I'm going to talk about it. I'm sorry. Hotline Bling is the heatiest track to come out this year. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna say it right now. I'm gonna leave it at that. Call in if you disagree with me, but Hotline Bling
now.
But anyway, so like I said, it's great to see because basically all we deal with is like I guess our generation of people who try to like bring a medium out and try to bring media into what we like to do.
Right.
You guys have a following too, and I mean
you do, and
it's inspiring, and it's something I want to do too. Is
we hate them all, though.
And it's great to see these younger people coming out. It's like, okay, so now it's our turn.
You're the guy that does 10 drink minimum. Don't touch me. Fuck off.
We have a following?
No.
So I know we have some listeners, and I know I see some viewers. I know you want to call in. You want to ask questions like
No, don't make them call in because then they'll call in right when the dude's trying to call in.
Oh, that's right.
If someone wants to, that's all for it.
It's Danny McBride, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, man.
Sumerian
I'm a
Records.
big fan of his movies.
Is that his name?
Daniel McBride.
Yeah, the real Danny McBride of Seatown.
Of
Corrales.
Yeah.
So I didn't know about Sumerian Records until I saw the list of people that were on his label. Like, the thing is, you have a lot of like I said, like a lot of millennial music, like a lot of like
8-string guitars,
little like metalcore kind of like.
But then
I saw there was like Dillinger Escape Plan on it.
Then they have Circus Survive.
Circus Survive, right.
Too. So I mean, there's they have the extreme mathcore too. What would you call that?
There's a lot of math. There was like
indie.
I don't want to do
indie.
it.
I don't think there was a lot of indie on it.
Well, Circa Survive, I guess I call them indie, but I guess they're more. I guess they call it what, post-hardcore now. What I don't know.
I don't know.
Understand
I don't
what that means.
It's melodic post-hardcore.
Yeah, we'll go with
/ like pop punk shoegaze. I don't know what you call it.
Yeah, this is why when people like ask me to describe what sort of music I like, I just look at them blankly and say.
What's really cool about Sumerian this year?
I don't know how
one of their
to.
most interesting releases. They actually big amount of their bands on the roster did a Florence and Machine tribute. They each did a track.
Really?
Florence's album. They nailed it. So, I mean, Periphery did a song. A couple other heavy bands covered some Florence and the Machine songs. Very interesting. Some of them did not so good a job. Others did great. I mean,
really?
All subject
I feel like that happens when you do something like that. You're going to have,
hit or miss.
Say like, I don't know, this is way off, but they did a record. I was at Starbucks and they had a tribute to Bob Dylan, and it was all these different artists sang a different song of his.
I just remember seeing that.
And some people did good. Some people sucked the dick.
Well, I mean, at that point, it really comes down to how compatible with Bob Dylan is your band.
Yeah.
How about Kanon?
Oh, God. I can only imagine how that sounds.
No, he's actually pretty good.
All right.
I'm not gonna bag on him.
But anyway, I actually look at Sumerian's like list of bands, and I know some of them. A lot of them I know. It's like, oh, we always call them two scene. it's guys who are just like, blast beats and just like breakdowns for days, and a guy who had the perfect like fry or like brie scream.
Yeah.
And the thing is that's what the kids are into. I'm not gonna hate on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm sure
You can't.
And the thing is, my parents probably fucking hated like Led Zeppelin, but that's how music evolves.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I'll be an old ass man listening to whatever shit comes out.
Yep.
And I don't call it shit. I'm just saying like.
Oh, you probably will.
I will.
What is this shit? I love it.
They'll have a guy banging on a trash can, and then a lady just going ah,
and
they're like, "This is dope," and you're like,
"It'll be remembered as one of the classics."
Yeah, and you're like, "This is even music. They're not even doing anything. There's no beat to it. There's nothing. You just don't get it."
That's right. So I think once you turn a certain point, like metal, I don't know. The thing is, I've always been a metal fan.
I'll be that crazy dude.
I'm one of the guys who can actually name every fucking metal genre. And the thing is, there are probably like 30 more than and when I stop listening to it. And when I say stop listening to it, like I'm fucking listening to Drake right now.
That's a lot of.
So
it's a new genre every week.
So there was a cutoff point where like, okay, this is as far as I can probably listen to metal at my age. And I was probably like 27, 28, where I was listening to, God, who was it? It was
Atreyu?
No. It was.
I love Atreyu.
I love Atreyu too, but that was around that time.
Yeah, the golden age of metalcore.
Like Poison the Well and
Poison the Well, yes.
So anyway, who was the
Our
band?
audience is like,
no.
I don't know.
So I love writing fucking stoner metal riffs, and it's always that blues pentatonic thing. And there was a point where I was listening to this band called they're called Yob, and they're great doomy, like big slow, and at that point. And like I come from a long list of stoner metal like influences, like I Hate God, fucking The Sword, and all this stuff. And then
Pelican.
once I was Pelican, that's not stoner, but I love fucking that melodic fucking drony shit.
That was when I first started smoking weed. I remember seeing Pelican.
Oh god, I love Pelican. But anyway, so at this point, I was listening to this band called Yob, and I guess they're not as new, but I was listening to this record, and it was drony, and it was.
It's metal. We're on metal.
Metal, ethereal. And so I'm listening to this drony shit, and I was like, God, I'm old, aren't I? This doesn't sound good to me. And so at that point, like, fuck. Like, I think I've gone as far as I can ever go with metal at this point. And the thing is, at that point, you came out with it was a big like mathcore scene at that point where everyone was trying to do the most crazy shit with the guitar and like breakdowns, and you had guys who were like Mastodon was doing everything they could do with drumming.
A lot of genre mashing too.
Genre mashing, and became so like mishmash, and like there's a hodgepodge of just like noise, like aggressive things going into your ear that I just like, you know what, I'm done.
Too much, yeah.
It's too much.
There's some bands that are killing it. One of my favorites, modern metal bands, progressive metal bands, Between the Buried and Me. Have you heard of them?
Oh yeah.
That's they nail it. I think a lot of bands took a cue after them mid 2000s. As
where
far as that genre smash.
So let me ask you this question, because I mean this is for me, because I don't hear a lot of this stuff. Where do you find these bands? Like, where do you go to like listen to new?
It kind of just, I mean, metal was my first love, and I mean, it just comes from listen to one band and you read their profile or whatever, you see their influence, and kind of just from there, just kind of
really. Because I mean, I feel like
that's exactly how I get into like bands. Is you find out about other people.
Spotify, Pandora, they kind of
okay,
and you read about them.
That's what I was wondering. Because like when I was younger, I mean, when back in my day, we had MTV. We did have MTV, but MTV would only play like the most popular shit, and you wouldn't find everything. But a lot of it, like when I went to college, there's a lot of bands. Especially liking being a punk, like a person in a punk, you would find a lot of stuff from other people. They're like, "Oh, are you listening to this? Check this out."
Exactly. Go to shows. You'll find new shit.
Well, I didn't have that luxury because I was in fucking Portales, New Mexico.
Well, in my day, it was always you get like compilation.
The compilations, zines were a big thing back then.
You'd be like, okay, well,
there's a zine?
Zine.
Zines.
Zines? New Noise magazine is one of my favorites. Free monthly.
And like
usually.
you know about zines, like skate magazines are zines.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I do know those, but you said zine, and I thought that was something completely different. And I was like, well, what is that? And I was like,
no, you had me on that one too. I'm like, what? Oh,
I call them zines. I'm sorry, like Wigwam Band. The thing is, the greatest zine that came out of Albuquerque was Wigwam Band.
Call it a zine.
They're zines. I'm sorry.
Are you on cocaine?
What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with you today?
They're not zines.
Listeners, call in. Are they called zines?
Billy's like this one now. He's like blah 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 blah. Are you on cocaine right now?
No. I'm just talking. Okay, we're on metal. One of the big.
He and I are looking at you like,
one of the biggest zines that came out of Albuquerque was Wigwam Band. As far as indie, like kind of underground music went in Albuquerque.
That's what's his name? Brett Maverick.
Brett Maverick. And so you would just pick up like a zine from your local place.
That's a zine. Stop it.
Keep doing it.
So you pick up the zine.
For magazine.
And you would read about what Brett Maverick was into. And the thing is, he's not a musician. You just read about it from this little like.
It was like music reviews.
Photocopied piece of paper.
It was live music reviews. He would go through and he'd review each band's performance and like how they did, how they sounded.
Does he have like journalistic backgrounds, or he just said fuck it?
He writes for the Alibi too.
Well, I know he does now, but I mean that could be because he wrote a bunch of zines.
Just fake it till you make it.
No, you know what? Hey,
it's a formula I'm running.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you said somebody went to fucking journalist school and this person over here did their own fucking zine and has done that for 5 years, which one's more qualified to write articles for a music magazine? I'd probably point at the motherfucker that's out doing his fucking shit.
The zine?
The zine.
Yeah, thank you. Stop it.
Yes. Because that motherfucker didn't get paid to do it. Yep. He actually paid money to do it. And he loves it, and he actually gives a shit about it. So this other motherfucker just was looking for a fucking job.
Exactly.
The guy who did it for his
his
degree, whereas the guy who was out there in the fucking thick of it.
Yeah.
I started
paid money out of his pocket to
just by telling people I'm an actor
about bands he loved.
Absolutely no experience.
You're right, Chris. Yeah. I would trust the guy who did the zine.
Because that guy gives a fuck, and he's all of a sudden you're like paying him to do the thing he was paying to do. Fuck it. That's awesome.
That's the category.
But this guy has a journalism degree, though. Chris.
Who gives a shit?
Fuck that guy. He's a hack.
We have a guy.
Do you know who his parents are, Chris?
Yeah. we can make him the editor so he can put commas in the right fucking place. Fuck it. But no, because I mean that's what I wondered, because like Brett does work for the Alibi. I don't know if he does anymore, but he did.
I mean, he doesn't even live here anymore.
Brett he doesn't live here anymore?
No, he moved, yeah.
When?
Wow, I didn't know that.
I have no clue when, and I don't even know where, but we had this conversation, like Brett's been gone for a couple of months now.
Oh, I did not know that.
I didn't know
Just
that
got
either.
married and bolted out of town.
Fair enough.
Is that what happens in this town? You get to a certain age and you move away?
No,
that's what it seems like.
If you're lucky.
I think you move away, but I think Albuquerque is coming into its own. The thing is, I've been here for like 10 years, a decade. And I think that
you've been here longer than that, because I've been here almost 10 years. I've been here 10 years. You've been here longer than I have.
It's coming to its own. I feel that there's a lot of exciting things up to come.
Today, something new today happened today. It was your first Marigold Parade.
Ooh.
Oh God, right?
You grew up.
Regale us.
I grew up So, meaning that I've been hanging out with white people enough to where they said, you know, Billy, you could come to the marigold parade.
We were going to allow this.
But you have to paint yourself.
We went to the country club. We voted on it.
So you are allowed to enjoy the benefits of being a part of Dia de los Muertos.
See, I'm still not white enough.
I was pretty disappointed this year, man. There was no Johnny Tapia float. Not one.
My dance group was all hungover, so we were like, "Fuck it."
Wow. It was like
we're not going to show up.
Everybody kept saying, "Why is it so spread out?" That was like because they wanted to extend the time that it lasted. Because it was so tiny this year.
The white people demanded it.
Did any of the Aztec dance groups show up?
No. So anyway,
like the party.
The joke is, I make this joke every year because I've lived here for 10 years and this is my first marigold parade. But everyone's talking about cultural appropriation.
Hold on, we got somebody calling in.
Who could this be?
You're on 10 drink minimum.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Hi, who is this?
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Is this Daniel McBride?
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Daniel, can you hear us? Who's on the line with us?
I have no clue. Hey, can you hear us at all?
Hello.
Caller number 1.
That was weird.
Oh, the call stopped.
Yeah, he dropped the call. Could he not hear us, maybe?
Maybe.
Wrong number.
No?
This isn't pizza?
That's what I was saying. Like everyone talks about cultural appropriation, and I feel that in the 5 years I've known people to go to the marigold parade, all of them have been the whitest fucking people.
Right.
So it's like, oh, we're having a marigold parade, you know. We're gonna have some cider. And we're going to have some, like, liquor.
Yep. We're going to have some quiche.
We're going to have some quiche. And
we did go to the whitest fucking party today.
We did go to the whitest fucking party today. It's like, okay, so we have a marigold parade party. So you're going to come by. And we have a drawing for the whatever Humane Society.
Was it him trying to call in?
Yeah, it went straight to voicemail, he said.
We answered it.
We were talking with him.
So anyway... So that's my idea of
he came up on the air.
Dia de los Muertos parade is just kind of the whitest thing you could ever imagine. So I made this joke out of everything, out of the marigold parade. But like, oh man, I want to go, but I'm not white enough. I really am.
Right.
It's true. I feel you on that. Like I look at Facebook and like all the people I see that have like their like skull faces on are just my white friends.
Yeah, right. I know.
I'm like, no one with any Mexican descent.
I'm like, really? So out in the makeup. They're all the white.
I tried to paint my face this year and it burned. The actual paint burned my skin, so I had to like wash it off right away. And I was like, yeah, this is a sign.
You see, apparently you're not white enough.
Right.
So this is my first marigold parade. I'm actually still wearing the makeup that I'm.
Is he gonna try to call back in?
Yeah, he's gonna try and call back here soon.
I don't know what to. I answered it.
He says it keeps going to voicemail.
I don't know.
That's a crazy problem.
Can we call him?
No.
That's a call in
maybe,
only.
I don't know.
Actually, that's a good point. We might be
505.
Hold on.
The real Daniel McBride, ladies and gentlemen.
And the thing is, what's going to happen is he's going to have his speakers on.
980.
And he is
8276.
He's going to pick up the phone.
82 what?
8276.
Okay. We're going to try this. Hello? Hello?
Daniel McBride.
Hello? Hi.
Hello?
Hey, can you hear us? Hello?
We can hear you.
McBride, can you hear us?
I'm not sure if you guys can hear me. I can't hear you at all, though.
You can't hear us at all.
Well, we can hear you.
I'm just hearing myself.
Hold on.
That is odd.
Give us one moment.
Give us one moment. Please don't hang up.
Don't hang up.
How about now? At all?
McBride.
I'm hearing something now.
All right. Keep listening. Keep listening. Can you still hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right,
Okay.
McBride.
Okay, cool. All right.
Sweet.
McBride, this is Harlando on the line right here. This is me.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling in, man.
No problem. I'm glad we figured that out.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's Chris right there. So let me try and have you identify our voices.
Yeah.
So again, Harlando here.
Sure.
This is Chris.
Okay. Hello.
This is Billy.
Hi, Chris. How you doing, man?
Good.
And then who? And then who's the third one?
Billy.
We got a fourth
Billy.
one too.
And we have Smiley.
Oh yeah, Smiley here too. I'm I'm making sure the monitor is working.
Okay, you're doing a good job at it. It was a little bit spotty at first, but we think we weathered the
we're
storm
connected,
here.
man. Welcome to the interwebs.
Awesome, yeah, it's cool. I'm
Here's my first
here in my
question.
apartment, and I'm on the internet now. So,
So what is your job at Sumerian Records?
My job title is art director / graphic designer / A&R, and I guess you could call me part of the creative team as well. So we could throw / creative onto everything, but it's a very much all-encompassing job. No matter what you're doing at Sumerian, like even our video guys are very hands-on on just general day-to-day stuff. So we all do a lot more than what we should be doing, and
Yeah.
Not necessarily, that's not necessarily a bad thing as far as like, people staying in the rain and shit like that, but
it's
cool.
Go ahead, Billy.
I have actually two major questions for you.
Sure.
One, as an A&R guy, did you discover anybody yet?
Yes, I can take full responsibility for the Kindred on Sumerian. We picked them up when they were called Today I Caught the Plague, and they're from Canada, they're from Ontario, Canada. Those guys are my pride and joy. They're my brothers, my babies.
Very nice, Dan. I saw them with Protest the Hero. Very nice.
Okay.
What band do we see?
Was that with the was that the tour with Periphery and Jeff Loomis too?
Yeah, that was that same one. Yeah.
Okay.
Chimp
So they
actually
was
had
at
a
the Sunshine.
panic attack.
I didn't get to see them live until after they were already signed. My buddy Kyle Mayer from Albuquerque saw them with Dale the Summit, and the next day he's like, "Dude, you have to check out this band right now." And it was one of those things where like I fell in love with the band instantly. They had one music video, and I just streamed everything on their Bandcamp or whatever, and I was just sold right off the bat. I at that time, this was like 3 or 4 years ago, and I was still living in Albuquerque, so I wasn't out here working with Sumerian on a face-to-face basis. So it was more like I'm just the guy in the corner doing graphic stuff. So
that's cool.
I knew that the only way to get Ash's attention on that was to like really grab his attention, and so I sent him an email like, if this chorus doesn't give you goosebumps, you can dock me an entire paycheck because I know you like to gamble. And so that sure enough got his attention. So
hell yeah.
And here's my second question. Here. So being in Sumerian Records, I saw a list of bands. What is the worst font to work with?
Oh, that's good.
What is the worst font to work with?
Yeah,
well, okay, so we have 36 artists, I believe, on the roster that are actually announced, and we've got more than that we haven't even announced yet. So trying not to, I guess part of my job is to make sure all these bands have their own aesthetic and to not, bleed too much over, from one band to the next. So the worst font on the planet is Bleeding Cowboy. I think everybody knows that.
I know exactly what font that is. That was a big font back in like the late 2000s.
And it seems to be like really popular in like the tattoo expo community, as far as all these tattoo expos have access to like the best artists in the world. The posters that they use for them all have Bleeding Cowboy font and like the worst carnival fonts and stuff. It's like, you guys just hire somebody, put some money, you get what you pay for, when it comes to promoting stuff. So
that's right.
There's nothing that just grinds my gears more than seeing people just skimping on promoting something, especially when it's something really big, like a festival or something like that, not just like a local show, but if you really want to grab people's attention, if you really want to grab people's attention, you got to put some thought into it. So.
I want to see the next biggest band, like the biggest brutalist fucking metal band, use Comic Sans on their fucking
That'd be great.
Definitely.
I would love it.
Well,
but I understand your idea of aesthetics, but okay, so as far as you go deeper into metal, do you feel that having a font that you can't read, do you think that's still cool?
No, not at all. I mean, it's cool. It's cool when you can tell that it was something hand-drawn. And I can always, I'll respect that kind of stuff forever because I can't draw to save my life. And so anytime I see something cool like that and hand drawn that's like, really well done, I admire that. But I mean, as far as like just for the sake of being illegible logos, it's like, come on, give me a break. Like you're not helping your band out at all. You're just making it work for yourself. You're shooting yourself in the foot, literally, almost. So.
Actually, so you were hired by this label. I don't know if you were part of the upbringing of it, but what bands inspired you?
He brought it from the ground up. Him and Ash, man. He was the
really?
primary guy.
Okay.
Yeah, go into that, Daniel. I want to know, like, how did Ash find you? How did you guys find each other, and how did Sumerian begin?
I guess the label's only been around. We're celebrating our 10-year in like pretty much a year from today. Actually, it'd be November 2016. We'll be celebrating our 10-year.
Wow! Congratulations.
So, with the first release being, the Faceless Akeldama.
Yeah.
So we're coming up on that, and it's a trip. But I've been working with the company. Well, they hit me up, just doing freelance stuff off and on until, before they actually brought me on as an employee. But the first thing that they actually hit me up for was Born of Osiris, the logo.
Yeah.
Before the new Rain came out, and at the time they were called Rosecrans.
Mm-hmm.
And
you just celebrated the 8th year anniversary.
Yeah, and that band has come such a long way. They've already got 5 albums out, and it's crazy just to.
They dropped their Albuquerque tour.
Really?
Their show last week. So
yeah, Lee, the guitar player, he broke his foot in Seattle in the rain at night, and
I heard about this.
You know how that goes.
A lot of people were hurt, man.
Yeah, Dave Grohl has a whole team and a bus, and people taking care of him on the road.
He's
and
got that
we
throne.
have 5 other dudes, in a 15-passenger van.
Weren't they touring with Guar?
They were, yeah.
Yeah, they were touring Guar and Battlecross.
And Daniel did you did most of their merch on this current cycle, didn't you? All the designs on their shirts, long sleeves. That's all you, yeah.
Yeah, merch is something pretty new to me. I was utilizing a lot of the album artwork that was existing that Cameron Gray made to do a few of them, but that was just kind of inspired by the song titles, and like I wanted to kind of give each song its own design almost. But
nice.
There's 12 songs on the album. I think we got 7 or 8 taken care of. But I think that was pretty a cool approach.
Yeah, there's some fresh designs, man. Good job.
What I want to know is you said you guys are 10 years old, right?
9 as of today, just about. Yeah, but
how sweet was your MySpace page back in the day?
MySpace pages. That's man.
It was pretty sweet, man. He's done some sick graphics. He used to drum in this band called Last House on the Left in town. Amazing drummer, man. But I remember just seeing your work, and Akeldama from the Faceless was how I discovered Sumerian in the first place. So
right.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, the MySpace layouts were a big part of me getting my name out there. That's for sure. When they were really hot, 06, 07, 08, right before they made that switch over to the 3.0 layout or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I had my system down. I had my templates for the coding, and I was just switching out the URLs and color codes and
had your songs playing as soon as people clicked on the page.
Yeah, I had it down, and I wish that Facebook or something. Even Bandcamp is more live than it is. Something like that, where bands make it easier to have essential Ash says a term called online digital presence. I don't know if he came up with that or if that's a thing, but bands are running out of options. As far as Facebook making it harder to reach people.
Oh yeah,
and
because
you gotta pay.
Yeah, Facebook makes it where you have to, if you have a fan page, you have to go out and build that audience. Then once you've built that audience, you have to pay to talk to them. I think that's terrible.
And if you say you've built, 100,000 fans over the last few years,
mm-hmm.
And you're reaching all those, all of a sudden just, one day out of the blue, Facebook just decided oh no, we're just going to let them reach, 20% of this 100,000.
Yeah, it's like 10,
and
actually.
Yeah, and it's just dwindling. It's getting worse and worse. So,
it's terrible.
Bands are resorting to just
touring,
uploading their videos directly to Facebook instead of YouTube to try to get more traction that way and stuff. And it's just a matter of time before. It's just a matter of time before you're out of options. So it's got to be. We're just at Sumerian. We're just trying to stay ahead of that, and we're always trying to figure out what's next. But no one has a crystal ball.
There you go. Okay, so if someone were to ask what Sumerian actually puts out, what would you say the majority of the music is?
Gent.
I mean, if you want to put a big umbrella, you can just say rock music.
Well, there you go. I remember, you go back, like, in the 2000s, like, Epitaph Record was a punk label. If you go back and, like, whatever, like, you talk about compilations, you talk about any of that. So you have a wide spectrum of, like, music that I've heard on. The thing is, I've heard a lot of these bands. And actually, here's the big question I will ask, and you have to answer this yes or no. Is Greg from Dillinger Escape Plan on steroids?
Is he on steroids? He's very buff. I will go ahead and say on the record, no, he's not on steroids.
I don't think he is either. No, he's a really nice guy. I met him a couple years back.
I don't think anyone on the Sumerian roster is cycling right now.
Is there performance-enhancing drugs?
Ben Weinman wouldn't allow it. Caffeine is all Ben will allow the Dillinger to drink.
How did you get them, and what is it like working with Ice-T and Body Count?
How did we get them, and is it like working at Ice-T? I haven't met Ice-T yet.
Oh, man. Coco doesn't just roll around the place and chill?
No, I've met quite a few other guys in the band. That all came about, I think, they had some lineup changes, and they got a new guitarist.
Yeah.
Juan, the new bigger, balder dude with the goatee.
Okay.
And he happened to know a guy that was working at Sumerian.
Mm-hmm.
And just out of nowhere one day, it was just brought up at a meeting like, hey, we might be signing Body Count. And we just all kind of looked at each other.
Wait a minute,
and we were
Ice-T band?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And then, so that was, probably 2 years before the album actually came out, when they had to actually start writing, we were starting to look into, finding them as a producer and stuff.
Now.
And
yeah,
it looks like an NBC like a stock photo, and it has like Cholo writing on it.
Yeah. I like how he has the machete. He's got the machete in his hand.
Dude, and so that was just that turned into a funny thing, and that album actually turned out so much better than anybody ever thought it would. I can pretty much say that. Like that album.
I like in the background the two guys nonchalantly have guns. Like the one has a shotgun and the one has a like a Uzi. It looks like. I think
Body Count don't fuck around.
We couldn't use
no, he didn't. That's
Ice-T's got a machete in his hand.
On iTunes because of quote unquote pointing guns and weapons. So it's cool to have weapons on the cover, but if they're pointing at you, it's not cool. Apparently.
Okay.
So many rules.
That's the real.
Good things to know.
And as far as personal taste, what is your favorite band on Sumerian?
Well, besides the Kindred, I mean, that's I have a soft spot for those guys, and I actually should probably say that their new stuff is coming along even better than the stuff that they already have out, and so I couldn't be more stoked to, get that rolling. They have a new vocalist, they have a new drummer, they have, the guys who haven't really been a part of the writing process are really stepping up now and really shining. So I'm more excited about that than most of anything on the label, just because of how emotionally invested I am and how close I am to those guys. But other than that, man, Tron has always been a favorite band of mine.
Do you know Tron, Billy?
I've been listening to those guys since 08 or 07 in the MySpace days, and they started using me for artwork. And
and Daniel did their artwork for their album this year.
Oh wow!
Yeah, you did Tron's album artwork. It looks beautiful, man.
All the
beautiful.
Stuff so far.
So my question to this is, like, when you do an album, like an artwork for an album, how much do you listen to the band, and how much do you just do what you want to do?
I think the ideal situation for any project is to have, the record done and be able to listen to it in the process. But that doesn't always happen, So if it's like a new band, or say like I'm doing a freelance project and it's bands not familiar with at all, and they're expecting me to just kind of come up with something for them, it's absolutely essential to get the vibe of what they're going for with their sound and their color and their presence and their vibe in general, and you got to match that. You can't throw some like heavy, brutal looking Whitechapel fucking album cover on a band.
Right.
sounds, way happy, and it just doesn't. It's all got a mesh, and there's
Do you remember
a lot that goes into it.
Oh, what was it? How P Miller his label?
P Miller label.
Or what's his name? What's the rapper's name?
It's Master P.
Master P.
There you go.
His label.
No Limit.
Yeah, No Limit. I swear to God, every fucking album cover looked almost the same. It had the same like color and font and like just vibe about it, and it was very cheap. It was terrible. Like I could look at an album and go,
part of it, yeah. Yeah, old mixtape covers and shit. It all has the same vibe. But I think you can say the same thing about progressive music, and it all has the same. It all has the same vibe. You gotta like. If you see an album cover, you should be able to, tell what the band or the group or the artist somewhat sounds like. It can't be just like. It shouldn't have to be a mystery. You know what I mean? It should be pretty obvious and make sense. So.
Right.
So, I'm sorry. Looking at the website, who is Bongor? He looks like a rapper. Is that a rapper?
Borgor.
Sorry, Billy's been drinking all day.
No, I'm just looking at the website. Who is this guy with babes all around him, looking in pajamas?
Borgor is a pretty big dubstep DJ artist.
Dubstep. All right.
Okay.
That's why we don't.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
So you guys are kind of like all over the map. You don't just do certain types of artists,
Sure. I mean, the first couple bands we signed were, Faces was a death metal band.
Yeah.
6 Year Guns is a traditional, hardcore / metalcore band, and we got bands this day and age like Night Riots who are, on actual alternative radio and killing it, and playing festivals and stuff, and we got our metal bands, and we're signing some more really heavy bands that I can't really say anything about. So we're all over the place. That's for sure.
We were talking. I don't know if you heard us at the beginning of the show. We were talking about street teams. How influential are street teams in this day and age, or are they not at all?
Oh, our Sumerian street team kills it. We have people pretty much every major and smaller market that any city that gets a show through it, you have at least one person
That's cool because we were talking about how like I guess the street team is dying because from the internet.
Yeah.
Like when I was young, it was always just like it was all by mail, and you'd kind of have to hand out flyers, stickers, T-shirts, all that shit. And I always feel like, are street teams done? Are they still around?
No, not at all. Ours is like really thriving. Our vice president, she's like managing the entire thing, and she's doing a great job. And we have like a private Facebook group where all these kids are just like sharing their concert photos, and we're mailing out stickers for them to hand out at Sumerian artist shows. We're getting them into the shows on the guest list, and they're stoked on that. But it all comes down to like how stoked these kids are to want to promote, because they're not making any money. They're out there because they want to do it.
I wasn't making any money. But we were also talking about like street team lazy fuckers, guys who would get all the shit, but then just keep it, not do anything.
Hoarders.
Yeah, we came up with a system. We came up with a system to ensure that like there's no freeloaders just getting a bunch of stickers and posters and getting on guest lists and not doing anything. Like we have like a point system where kids are like posting screenshots of them sharing stuff on Facebook and in person, and concert photos get you points. They can like redeem their points on Sumerian merch and CDs and stuff like that. So we've really
great system. Holy shit.
We've made it really like a really cool thing. I'm not trying to like pat ourselves on the back too much, but I think that.
Oh, I think you are. No, I'm just kidding.
I think we're really killing it as far as getting. I think we have like 500 or 600 kids in that group.
Nice.
It's pretty serious. So,
my God.
I was in it for 2 weeks, but I was too busy.
I was part of the street team for like God, I was like 17. for like Lookout Records. That was like a fucking long time ago. That's how old I am.
They called zines zines.
We called zines zines back then.
No, just stop it. Just stop it.
You're driving him nuts.
They never called them zines.
You're killing me.
Yeah, I would have never heard of Killswitch Engage if it weren't for the Roadrunner Street team handing out demos at the time. You know,
that was the first like metal record I ever even heard of.
And they had the compilation and the artist mashup release, the Roadrunner United. That was fucking cool.
That might have even been Ferret because I found Killswitch, you know, for before the first album came out. So I mean, shit like that. You know, sampler CDs are a great way to you know, find bands that you've never even thought about giving the time of day, and then all of a sudden you're listening to their song, you're like, what is this? This is cool. So.
It's hard to say because you don't go into like a record store now and look for it's all digital now. So like, what are there compilations still? Are there things you can actually go and have a tangible CD to actually listen to this shit? My big question is Sumerian have a compilation record out ever at all?
No, it's something that we were talking about doing for the 10-year anniversary though. It's like a chronological kind of thing. You know, starting from the back and either like, you know, splitting it into like chapters. You know, it'd probably be a multi-disc thing, but you know, that would be something, you know.
I'd love to see you guys do what Roadrunner did.
Physical. What's that? With the
mashup of artists? Yeah, the Roadrunner United. That'd be so sick if you got the Sumerian roster.
It really would be. I don't know how they did that logistically. Like,
you guys could figure it out.
Probably could. I mean, as far as songwriting over the internet goes, that's a lot easier these days. But getting everyone into a studio, you know, at the same time and stuff like that—that's
the hardest part.
Yeah, and then I'd imagine, you know, some egos might be conflicting, you know, here and there.
Always.
It might be,
always.
Yeah,
you say musicians have egos? What?
That might be the case. I don't know. But
so how many? Okay, so I don't know if you know the answer to this question, but I mean, how many like people send their shit to you guys on a daily basis?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
We have like a well, as far as like, I think the day of the physical.
You have a trash bag. You have a trash bag full of demos. And you just throw away.
I don't think it's worth it for bands to mail things anymore. I think you just got to find that direct email, and you got to be. You
have a name for yourself, and then they'll notice you.
It's not like the movie Airheads anymore, where
you can't just like take over the radio station. With guns.
Listen to the demo.
Yeah, I mean,
fake water guns.
Honestly, your best bet this day and age is to have a good video on YouTube. You know, not necessarily a music video, but something that can show that you can actually pull off, you know, the stuff that you're writing. Well, and you know, things that where someone from a record label could actually, you know, see what you look like, hear what you sound like, get the whole package instead of just a, you know, 8x10 photo and you know, of a CDR, you know what I mean? So,
well, how many bands do you guys have to sit there and sift through a day on YouTube then?
I think we have like a designated email, like this is info@SumerianRecords.com, just our basic like, you know, email that we have out there for basic contact. And that gets, I don't know, we'll every 2 weeks or so, we dive in there and
just clean it all out with one swoop.
Brutals.
No, I mean, I don't know. We probably get anywhere from 20 to 40 submissions every 2 weeks or so. You know, it's constant. It's a steady flow. That's for sure.
I didn't even think about you guys having to like. Do you guys have like someone who just sits there and like sifts through YouTube videos and is like, you know what, this one's actually pretty fucking good, you know?
Well, I mean, video.
We have someone that compiles all of the emails into one master email, and then they send that email out.
I gotcha.
Like, here's all the submissions from the last week or two, and then you know, the A&R people will go through them, and usually, you know, if they send a video, that's the quickest way to, you know, kind of figure out the yay or nay. But
how long do you give a music video before you shut it off?
I mean, sometimes it's really bad. But,
no,
you know.
I assume that.
Okay, next question. Are you for or against karate bullshit in the pit?
For or against? I haven't been to a show with hardcore dancing in a while. I haven't really seen that in quite a while. I think is it dying? Is it done?
No, it's still around,
It's
man.
still around. Are you for or against karate bullshit in the pit?
For or against? Yeah, I'm for it, man. If you want to do whatever the fuck you want to do out there. Fucking, you want to wear a fucking sleeping bag in the fucking do it.
Oh, I dare someone to do that.
Good
Grab
answer.
that bag and smack
I don't understand the question.
It's where they here. Tell them what it is.
Hardcore dancing.
Hardcore
Yeah.
dancing. Are you
The
for
flailing and the kicking and the
kicking
the spinning.
around and like punching people?
Yeah.
That's when you
okay,
practice
all
your
right.
Muay Thai.
Yeah, don't the punching of the innocent people just for the fucking hell of it. No, that's got to stop.
There
But,
is
I mean, if you wanna
etiquette.
Yeah.
There's certainly some
There's-
etiquette.
there's
the
always
thing is,
etiquette.
I am actually
wait,
before
Are we talking
hardcore
about a mosh
dancing.
pit?
Yes.
Kind of.
The thing is, like, in Smiling Hard Day, it was just like slam dancing. You
Yeah.
know, you run around in a circle and kind of push people around. But
Back
now,
in our day, we respected a pit.
and the thing is, now it's become a way for, I guess, millennials
to
doing
establish.
like punching people and kicking people around.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now I know what you're
You
talking
show
about.
off your karate skills.
Oh yeah, I got a broken rib from one of those.
I've been kicked by every guy in the scene here by now in Albuquerque, Daniel.
Someone jackknifed me right in the back with their elbow.
Fat Zach has kicked me in the chest a few times, punched me in the head. And you name it, man. Chad Lawton's nailed me in the throat a couple times.
I'm used to it. Isn't that how it's supposed to be?
No, the thing is, Smiling.
I Kevin Nashed Manny Perez a few months ago.
Wow, you powerbombed
The
him?
thing is, in our day, it's all been about pushing people off of you. You
Yeah.
know, like you kind of run around in circles. It's like slam dancing, circle dancing.
I'm not exactly sure where you were doing this at then, because I would leave with like footprints on my chest
Yeah.
and
Well, it's worse
blood
now.
on me.
It's worse now because they will kick and punch you in the face
Yeah.
without
Deathcore
any
kids don't
recourse.
give a fuck.
No, that's normal. Have you ever gone to a Crash Worship concert?
I don't even know what that is, Smiley.
Don't know what that is.
Crash Worship concert.
Nobody knows what it is.
Next question.
Okay, so karate bullshit is okay in the pit now.
Just look it up.
Just leave the innocent bystanders out of it.
Let me ask you this: are you guys strictly just a music label, or you guys do any kind of like? Do you have any comedians that do albums?
No, I mean
I
that's
think Chris is fishing here.
No,
pretty cool. I mean,
I'm not a stand-up comedian.
Weird Al Yankovic just fulfilled his 19 album contract with the Left Police, and he's been in that contract since like early 80s. So
Right.
no, I'm just kidding. Signing Weird Al would be like a dream come true, but
Totally,
no.
right?
What's that?
Totally. I mean, because the thing about Weird Al,
It's not even comedians. Like you're talking like film and like.
I'm talking about like stand-up comedians will put out they'll put out an album.
Comedy
Sub
album.
Pop did that.
Yeah, Sub Pop has people, So I didn't know. If you
Yeah,
guys did that.
that's a great point. Yeah, I mean that's something to think about for sure. There's a lot of funny people out there that need to get their words out there, and Netflix comedy specials have been just notoriously shitty lately. So it's got to be
Right.
a different way. Yeah.
Right. So I just wondered if you guys were branching out into that. I mean, as a whole, how would you describe the music industry now compared to, say, like the 80s or 90s?
Oh, God, well, just there's no more. The amount of money that was in the music industry
Yeah.
20 years ago, 25 years ago
Right.
is insanely, astronomically. It doesn't even compare. I mean, CDs at some days it's sold for $16.99. Now they're selling at Best Buy for like $7.99, $8.99, and not to mention, no one's even buying them.
Right.
Back in the day, you would go to Sam Goody or wherever you buy your CDs, and you'd buy a CD. You'd buy a CD that you just to check it out because you never heard of the band and you wanted to see if it was any
Right.
good or not. And
It was
if
called-
it sucked,
yeah.
you ate the money. You just ate the cost. And
It was
that's
called
how it went.
compilation. That's when Epitaph had Punkorama. You had like Fat Records had their compilation.
That's right. Yeah.
And you had samples, and it
Yeah.
was always there. And it was before the internet. Now
Yeah.
you
So when you guys sign a band, are you looking? Is everything digital, or do you guys do vinyl? Or are you big fans of that? Or
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah, we do vinyl. We do CDs. We do digital. I mean, digital is like out of the total sales of everything we do. I want to say digital is like at least a third of it. Between it's interesting to see how it varies between different bands because you got different bands who have fan bases that are like a band like Periphery. Their fan base is very just computer oriented, and their demographic is just like very computer based. So their digital sales are a lot higher than the physical, and like a band, say that might appeal to an older fan base that are actually used to buying physical CDs. They'll have a bigger percentage of physicals and stuff. So it's interesting to, like a band like Dillinger, those bands, like a fan base that's been around for a while, or Darkest Hour.
Yeah, I've been a Dillinger fan since 20
I
years.
just think that
it's been a long time.
Has it been 20 years?
It's getting close, man. They're getting up there.
I was living in Portales. I remember they did that shit with Mike Patton. I was like, oh fuck, this is amazing.
So what do you guys feel like? Because I heard a thing last year that vinyl was the only media that actually increased in sales. Like everything else went down.
Trip. Well, it's just higher in demand, now than ever has been. But the really shitty thing is that all these plants, there's only so many vinyl plants in the country.
Right.
And they're having such an incredibly hard time keeping up with the demand now.
Yeah.
And so that's equating to way longer turnaround times when you place an order for vinyl.
Yeah.
So
it took.
That's why
I put out a vinyl record this year. It took us fucking 3 months to get it back. The vinyl
3 months to just even get a test pressing. Sometimes it's insane. Like the time of the year really depends. It's closer to like Black Friday or Record Store Day. It's going to be like they're more busy, and that's why you see like so many bands where the CD comes out, say the first of the month, but the vinyl doesn't come out for another 2 months because they're still waiting on it.
It's all about like a what do you call it?
Supply and demand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
like it's just it all depends on how soon you get the album done before the release and how much lead time you have to prepare for it. So with a band or with a label like Sumerian, sometimes we'll get a master and we already have everything ready to go, and we get that master and we watch the pre-orders like that day, and then sometimes we'll hold on to the master for a while, wait for the times right. But it's possible to have vinyl ready to go on releases now, but compared to a month turnaround time for a CD and
which is what
4 months for
the word I was looking for was pre-orders. Like you have pre-orders and the vinyl won't come out for fucking months later.
Wow.
Yeah. So, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Well, these guys were talking about how like tapes are coming back. If that's the case, it's going to be way worse because there's actually only one place now that makes them.
Really?
Yeah.
We did 100 tapes for Darkest Hour.
Yeah, I love Darkest Hour.
They sold. Yeah, I just don't think that. I think that's just a very niche thing. I see like bands, like punk bands, and
the Meth Witch did some cassettes.
Yeah, stuff like that. Like
he had the little body bags too. He packaged his cassettes. He's a local guy. He's another McBride. And actually, Daniel's going to be doing his album art for his next release next year. I just read that on the Meth Witch's page.
Huh.
And the Meth Witch, he did something cool with his cassettes. He had them packaged in these little body bags, so they're
kind of cool.
Black. Yeah, it's brutal.
I just wouldn't know what to play it on.
Exactly. I don't have one either. And I don't think most of the kids who bought them have them either. But they loved it. I mean, it's just kind of cool. It's just evil. Yeah, they came in little body bags and they sold out like that.
But yeah, well, I read this article that this one company bought all of as people were getting rid of their equipment to make tapes, they bought them all. So that because they're not making any new equipment. So they just have all this equipment that's backed up, and there's because whatever breaks, they're just gonna fix it because nobody makes tapes anymore.
They got the monopoly now.
Yeah, well,
by default,
if nobody wants to, they just everybody got out of the market.
Yeah. I have a tape to tape recording.
Reel to reel.
Reel to reel.
Well, not reel to reel. It's actually cassette. It's just a dual cassette tape.
Oh. High speed dub. Yeah.
High speed dub. Yeah. I actually still have one of those.
Nice.
It's in my closet somewhere.
Wow.
Along with your zines?
So
zines. There's
zines.
So Daniel, what was the first band that really got you into music?
Into music in general?
Yeah.
God, man. My dad is a drummer, and he's been playing in bands since he was like 14 years old.
Okay.
And all through the 80s, he was in, and the 90s actually, and still in the 2000s, he was in Led Zeppelin tribute bands playing drums.
Nice.
So, and he fucking killed it, and it's insane. But Led Zeppelin has always been my number one favorite band, without a doubt, hands down.
Nice.
And I think I must have got into them super early. But my first favorite song ever as an infant was Sledgehammer by Peter Gabriel.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Dang.
That's the first song that I actually remember really being like in love with, and I was probably only like 3 years old. So I don't know how I remember that. But
What was the first concert you ever went to? Like big
first
band.
concert was Stone Temple Pilots with Cheap Trick opening. I think that was my first concert.
With who
opening? Cheap Trick opening for
Cheap
Stone
Trick.
Temple Pilots.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was probably 1996. I want to say I was in like 6th grade.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, Stone Temple Pilots. They were pretty cool, and then they obviously just go off the map and got well into the wreck now.
Did a little bit of heroin here and there.
That'll get you. It'll get you every time.
Yeah, he had his little megaphone out, and it was pretty cool. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, here's another question. So, being a part of a record label, do you feel that doing what you're doing now is a viable career choice that you want to continue, or is it kind of like something? Is it a labor of love, or do you feel that you're making a career out of it?
Yeah, I mean, I think the main goal, not to be like too philosophical here, but I think the main goal with any profession is to be able to generate something that, people can appreciate and, give you, and let you know that they appreciate it. And that's, the highest praise of doing anything. So, whether it's music or painting or fucking photoshopping stuff together like I do, it's if people enjoy it and they let you know that they like it, that's
all I'm saying.
Do
you make a good living off doing this?
I'm getting by. I mean, living in, let's just put it this way: if I were still living in Albuquerque and not in Studio City, California,
okay,
I'd be in a much better way. You know what I mean? It's just the cost of living in Los Angeles is just insane.
I bet.
So, whereas I'm getting by out here, I wouldn't be in a 1-bedroom apartment out in Albuquerque.
On that note, Daniel, I like how you still just claim C-Town. You don't even throw Albuquerque a bone. You're Corrales, born and bred. You don't even throw Albuquerque a bone, bro.
Yeah, well, I spent a lot of time in Corrales growing up, and I never really left my house.
You're all, hey,
Jake Lang's from Corrales.
drive slow through our town. Drive slow, see our town. Drive fast, see our judge.
Yep, got it. Yeah,
throw us a bone, bro.
Wow.
Oh, Albuquerque. Yeah, Albuquerque will always have a place in my heart. I miss the food more than anything else.
What's the one place you miss the most for food?
Little Anita's breakfast burritos, man.
Little Anita's?
God. Little Anita's breakfast burritos. Yep.
Really?
That's what I miss the most.
Wow.
That's what I miss the most about Albuquerque, for sure.
That's your favorite breakfast burrito?
Was that your lunch break during the Seaballs days, Cibola lunch break?
Well, ditching first or second period, more like it. Yeah, but yeah, man, Little Anita's. Anything with red or green chili, you can't find it out here.
Oh, you can't? Because I have friends that live in Washington D.C. and they found Hatch green chili there.
Well,
that's
because they have a market out there for it.
It's the diced like green peppers. It's not like it's not the real deal.
It's cheap.
Not the real deal.
They're cheating.
It's not actual.
They
Hatch.
do have El Pinto salsa in the grocery stores here, so that's cool.
Hey, do you know who we saw today?
Who did you see today?
Don Schrader.
The Don.
Yeah, the naked guy who used to be on TV.
The Rainbow Warrior.
The naked guy. Oh yeah, the really ripped, like the super shredded dude, right?
Yes,
super shredded.
Okay,
got
so
the loincloth?
Yes,
okay.
He's always wearing
Daisy
Dukes.
The hardest question tonight. It is 2015. What is the worst band, and what is the greatest band in 2015?
Just anywhere.
All around, yeah.
The worst band is this band called Last House on the Left from Albuquerque. There's some just shitty death metal band. Probably never heard of them.
Last House on the Left. Garbage.
Yeah. Garbage.
Pure garbage.
Doesn't count. It can be from Albuquerque.
Well, then you just say Nickelback, because that's pretty easy to do.
No. No Nickelback, no local bands.
Oh, come on.
There are way too many. I don't understand that.
No, I don't like talking shit about music.
Yeah, he can't.
They're not in a public
I know,
forum.
that's right, he can't.
Because what if they sign them?
We'll sign
Broken
Nickelback.
Side. Broken Side signs a Sumerian.
Dude, Broken Side.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Let's talk shit about Broken Side. Okay, yeah.
I'll talk shit all day about Broken Side.
Those guys don't really have the best reputation, do they?
No,
they don't. But they were on TRL.
They really don't. Oh yeah, that one time they were on TRL. That's right. Okay, well, good for them. That's
wow.
Awesome.
Good for them.
They did that crowdfunding. They were trying to do a Kickstarter, right? Where they were asking for
I met
I
a
forget what
girl.
they're asking for, but
I
they
met a
didn't
girl
make
like 2
anything
years
up.
ago that slept with one of the guys.
Ew.
And she told you, and she was stoked on that. That's,
She admitted to sleeping with one of the guys.
Why did she say
I
that?
slept with 7 from Broken Side, you guys. I'm on my face.
That sounds like an article from the Hard Times. Girl admits she slept with member of Broken Side.
No, it was the pig. She ended up sleeping with the little mascot.
Right.
Ugh.
Oh, so
All right, let's not talk
best
about
band
it.
of 2015.
Yeah.
Best band 2015.
It can't be on your
God.
label. You have to say somebody off your label.
Off the label. Man, what am I stoked on right now?
Meth
I've
witch.
been jamming this metal band called Ne Obliviscaris from Australia, and they are probably the
Wait, what? Say that
Most-
again. Ne Obliviscaris?
Ne Obliviscaris.
Yeah, I've been jamming them too, man.
Obliviscaris.
It sounds real pretentious. They got violin. They got it's sick, dude.
Yeah, they have violin. They have they're just super melodic and
I wish I was in metal as much as the metal. Like I said, it was like 2008.
I'll show
where
you, Billy. I'll show you Ne Obliviscaris. They're sick.
And
Oh yeah, I want to hear it.
I'm
They're
boring
sick.
these days. Like there was.
I think even Smiley would like them.
I think I'm just.
What about
into,
me?
like,
Would I like them?
Maybe he like violins, and I mean they get pretty heavy, but then they have. Is it two
Yeah.
singers or is it one singer? Because they have one guy who
it's
sings.
two singers. The guy who plays the violin does the clean vocals.
Yeah, he sounds a little puss, but I like it.
Do they sound like System?
Yeah,
of a
you got
Down?
it's an acquired. It's acquired.
I like
listening.
They
Raspy
sound like
Tina.
Rage Against the Machine. If not, I'm gonna fucking hate it.
No and no.
I like Raspy Tina.
Yeah,
Is that going to be compatible?
Kind of, maybe. What were you saying, Daniel? I'm sorry.
So that was the best. That's the best band of 2015.
Yeah, I just like really
Fuck yeah,
really heavy melodic stuff. That's
dude.
it's
Good
always been a-
choice. Good
Yeah.
fucking choice.
I dig some fucking melodic stuff. I always attribute like melodic metal as being like European, like against the gate war.
I don't know.
So it looks like we're gonna wrap this up, Daniel. I know you're
Yeah.
a pretty busy man. One question I want to ask you.
Sure.
This was going to be my first question when we started this, but I know you're a connoisseur when it comes to the green stuff. What are you smoking right now? I know you probably have a few strains on deck, but what are you on now?
The good stuff right here.
Cannabis.
Man, I'm in a great spot in California. I happen to live about a mile from what's probably the best dispensary in Southern California called The Weed. It's called the Wellness Earth Energy Dispensary, and
You're
they
giving me a
are.
boner.
They just have, I don't know, their standards there are just insane. Like they have cheaper stuff for people on a budget, but their top shelf selection is just like absolutely out of this world. So you can go anytime and they'll have something you've never seen before that will, get the job done. I've spoken to a lot of OGs out here, and
Very nice.
So you have your medical marijuana card?
Oh yeah.
So
one of
do you have
my
night
first
sweats, or
priorities
do you
when I
have-
get back.
What medical condition do you have that you need
Nice.
marijuana?
Wait,
Well, I mean, dude, like sitting in a chair all day long, just the fucking ailments from that, back pain and
Carpal tunnel,
yeah,
carpal
yeah,
tunnel,
no,
chronic
seriously,
pain.
night sweats.
sciatic stuff. I
Sciatica.
have like
Oh, my
Oh,
sciatic
no.
neck. I'm sorry. It hits so bad.
Wait. Does carpal tunnels count? Because I have carpal tunnels.
Oh yeah.
You're
Smile,
good.
You're
Your
younger than me.
card.
You don't have carpal tunnel. I'm sorry. You don't have carpal tunnel.
I do.
From what? All right.
carpal tunnel.
We want to thank
Daniel. Yeah.
Daniel McBride from Sumerian Records for calling in.
No, I'm glad nobody called to interrupt.
What's your website? Is it?
Yeah. Throw in some plugs, man.
DanielMcBrideDesign.com is where you can see some album covers and stuff. So you can find me on Facebook. There's McBride Design on there.
Okay.
And yeah, SumerianRecords.com for the label. And that's about it.
Yeah, it's all bleeding cowboy font.
Yeah. Just go check out my portfolio. It's all logos from Bleeding Cowboy and Comic Sans. And yeah, dude.
Dude, Daniel, thank you again.
It's so great to talk to you, man. It's awesome.
I'm excited to see what
Awesome,
you're gonna do
yeah,
with the
this
meth
is
witch.
really cool thing. I appreciate you guys having me.
Hey, no problem. Daniel McBride from Sumerian.
Bye,
Thanks, man.
Daniel. Thank you, dude.
Bye.
Peace out.
Later, brother.
That was such a great show.
Hold on. We're still on the air.
Oh,
The show's not over.
Billy's just like, I'm walking away.
We're gonna go into the Zine part of the show.
So now we can talk. We can turn down the monitor.
Yeah.
This is called the break, right?
Yeah. Well, we're going to about. So, Yeah, that was pretty cool. So you guys got any plugs? We're gonna end in the first hour and 17 minutes.
Again, DanielMcBrideDesign.com. So
Yeah.
go check out his portfolio. I mean, some of his current output for this year, 2015, a big heavy-hitting album, Veil of Maya's Matriarch. He did Chan's album art for this year, Straight from the Path. So those are the big three.
Yanni's greatest hits.
There you go.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know if you guys know this, but Chon means butthole.
Does it really?
Chon.
Chan.
Oh,
means
Chan.
butthole.
Yeah, right in the Chan.
Give me some Chan.
Give me some Chan.
Half the butthole.
Yes, that's true.
Those are my plugs, but yeah, it was
No,
great
no.
to have him.
Scene Splitter has a website, right?
Yeah, well, we're working on the website right now. We have just the Facebook. Yeah, it's all coming.
Nice.
I'm only 6 months deep in this operation.
Are you gonna stick around for the second?
Oh yeah,
so
absolutely. I gotta take a piss. So
oh yeah,
bad.
that's why I was like, let's
take a break.
We have Cards Against Humanity Wednesday. Distillery 365, come out and play with us. Next Sunday we have our live 10 drink minimum at Small Engine with the Limbs.
Hell yeah.
This is
right.
Actually going to be one of the last times you're going to see the Limbs in
Albuquerque because they're moving to the West Coast.
And I'm not gonna post this, on any kind of group or anything, but the beer will be free. So come and drink with us.
Yeah, because we know how to throw a show.
Yeah, we don't fuck around.
They don't.
I want to thank Harland for coming on. Do you have any dance shit coming up?
No, that was actually.
I mean dance good stuff.
Some dance good stuff.
No,
dance good stuff.
I had one the other day. I think my only upcoming event is I'm in a fashion show on November the 14th.
Can I go watch this?
No, actually.
Oh, mess. Bullshit.
It became a closed invite only documentary thing now.
Okay. Well,
so
I will wait around the mailbox for my invite.
I'll have photos. No,
I'll wait around my inbox, my mailbox.
Okay, I'm a model. I don't get to invite people.
Oh, okay. Billy, what do you have coming up?
Gosh, I don't have anything.
Okay. Well, then next Sunday, come out to Small Engine. We're going to take a little break here. Check us out on 10drinkminimum.com. We have all the cool shit for social media there. Other than that, we definitely drink when we do the show. You should definitely drink whenever you listen to us do the show. But always remember, never get too drunk to jerk 10drinkminimum.com.
Silver light.
Albuquerque's #1 podcast with Chris, Billy, and Smiley.
Oh, wow, that's loud. Can we turn that down?
Yeah, we can. That's me.
Nice. So we're back for the wavy 30 minutes because that interview went pretty.
That interview
It was
so
all right.
amazing.
Yeah, it was good.
I love that. There's so many more
Yeah.
questions like came upon just sitting outside smoking a cigarette.
He was really scared.
Yeah.
About digital production.
And Billy,
like,
and I don't know what's up with you. You're like coked up or something.
I was
You're
so,
like,
I was so pumped about the questions
Yeah.
and what he was saying. It was like, oh my
It's
god,
like rapid fire Ronnie over here.
oh my god, it was such a great interview. I actually wanted to know how music is run these days because I have no clue. Because like in my day, it was just like a medium that is dying now.
Yeah.
And you have these new bands that are thriving. I want to know how it works.
Right.
It's such a
Do it
interesting.
yourself. That's the key.
DIY.
It's such an amazing fucking like
Well,
subject. Like okay, so you have bands these days that are good at what they do. Sure, in my eyes, they sound shitty,
right.
but they're good at what they do. But I want to know how they get there. Like, what are their fan bases? What are they trying to go for?
Well, it's not like the old days where you got discovered, then they brought you in, then they recorded the album, and then they had street teams go out and do the whatever.
Well, even then when they get recorded, like okay, so back in the day, you would have a budget. A band would sign you, or a label would sign you, and you would have so much money to do whatever to do with. And in my day, it was all DIY. You would go from town to town, and it would be one of those things like you would maybe make $200 a night, and that would pay your way to the next town. But his label, they were all established bands. So you're talking about like buses and how they maintain that kind of like a budget.
Right.
In a
I would assume
in a digital age, it's really interesting to me. So it's why
that's how they make their money is actually the touring. I'm sure. So I'm sure they have. I'm sure that the person who sets up the tour, sets up the budget for the tour. I'm sure that is a much more important job than it ever has been. Can we turn the monitors up somewhat? I can't hear any of it really. Oh, okay. There we go. Okay, I just wanted some. Yeah. So that's got to be. What's interesting to me, I just thought of this. So like. The digital age, the internet, really hit the music industry hard and changed it, which is interesting to me because it didn't do the same thing for like Hollywood and the movies. It did somewhat, but it's not like Brad Pitt's like I've got to do a lot more commercials now.
No, Hollywood actually blew up after the digital age. Actually,
yeah, well they still say that it affects them a lot.
That's bullshit.
Pirated movies and whatnot.
Yeah, but I mean like with pirated movies. I would honestly rather see the high definition. Like, I'd rather pay for it and watch like the superior product.
Because like
where
Iggy Pop,
you can just straight up like pirate music, and it's like it sounds exactly the same.
Iggy Pop has
not really
come out
anything.
In an article and said that he no longer makes his living off of music because he can't.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
royalties probably doing all right on royalties.
No, he said that he now his big thing is like his radio program and commercial stuff he does. But as for music, it's
But does he talk about his lifestyle at all?
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't maintain my fucking whatever $3,000 a day coke habit.
Right.
I managed to live off of $6,000 a year.
That's pretty metal.
Yeah,
that's fucking metal.
But you don't,
that's ogle metal, dude.
I don't think Iggy
You're
Pop
sitting
is
there and it's like I have like 2 dogs, and we eat vegan, and we just dumpster dive.
Yeah.
You can live off that shit for $2,000 a year. He knows what an ogle is.
And see, I did $6,000, man. That's a nice budget for an entire year.
Think of those ogles, Smiley.
I don't know what that
off
is.
half that.
I don't know what that is either. Can I talk about my?
Harland knows what an ogle is.
Can I talk about my situation? Go for it. I'd like to talk about that.
Oh yeah, I want to hear this. Got it.
Yeah, I.
Happy news.
Happy news. I got a new job.
Whoop whoop.
And one that won't make me sick. That's a little 80s reference joke there. No, I got called. It's weird because I was at one point I was actively looking for a job and I gave up because I was like, well, there's nothing out there. But I just left my my resume on Monster, and it just I wasn't applying to anything, and a company came through and picked it up, which is nobody does that anymore. Nobody like goes like we need to hire somebody. Go on Monster and find us somebody. Nobody does that. So I got called, and I got called in for an interview, and it was I was like at the point of my life. I'm 40, and I was like, you know what? I have to go do this interview. I'm not gonna get excited about it. I'm not gonna I'm just gonna go do it. I'm just whatever happens happens.
You
I
show
don't
up
care.
in sweats.
I didn't even tell these guys I had it because I was with them when I got asked to come in for the interview. I actually was in Clovis last week for our show for Halloween, and I was getting these emails from them, like just rapid fire. They were like, "We really want you to come in, da 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 da," and I had no expectation. So I took my clothes with me in my car to work, and I told the people I work with, I said, "Hey, I have to take an early lunch. I have a personal thing to take care of." And they're like, "What is it?" I'm like, "It's something personal I got to take care of." So I made it seem like medical. So
It's flaring up again.
I was at home, and my mom saw. Yeah. So I went in for this interview, and I'm thinking like I can do this on my lunch hour. It was a 45-minute interview. It's the longest interview I've ever done.
Sweating bullets?
No,
not even.
Shit, no, I didn't care. I had no care. I had the zero fucks given attitude. It was like I watched Office Space. And I was like,
no, it was like Sick Boy off of.
Yeah. Yes.
So I'll do this.
Yeah.
If you want a problem, I'll do this.
Yes. So I sit there and I actually lean on the table and I have my arm up like this, and they're just like, and I just am making them laugh over and over again, and I almost think like anything I didn't answer correctly, as long as I made it funny, they didn't care. And we went to get up, and the lady goes, that was a lot of fun. And I was like, all right, well, at least it was entertaining for you.
Nice.
And I left, and the next day they put out an offer, and I was like, fuck yeah. And you have to understand the job. I don't want to, the place I work for, I'm glad they gave me an opportunity.
Skynet.
But it is a very stressful place.
Yeah, it's called Skynet. So
very stressful place.
Is dealing with AI technology.
I'm building.
Obama drones.
They're like. I'm like, why would this shoot a person on the ground? Is this for real, like war purposes? They're like, no, video games. And I'm like, this seems a little realistic. This isn't even fun.
This is the beta? Is that an actual person?
Is this the beta?
That looks like a child. Yeah, it's rendered very well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a filter. It just makes it look more realistic.
But one thing I look forward to is be less stressed and maybe not as angry at life, I think. I don't know.
And as far as tonight, like Halloween was great, but we're looking at one of the greatest finishes in baseball history, I think.
Right now, yeah, we've got, hopefully, it could be.
As we podcast.
We're podcasting, the World Series is happening. World Series is happening. I would say the greatest in my lifetime. I know sports. We don't talk about that a lot on the show. Which there's two things I don't like to talk about on the show: sports and politics. I really don't, and everybody goes, "Why not?" And I go, "Because there's enough of those shows."
Yeah,
but for me, the greatest end to the World Series I've ever seen in my entire life, I'll never forget it because I hated the team. Was Joe Carter 1993 World Series
against the Philadelphia
Phillies. Joe Carter gets up and knocks a fucking walk-off home run to win the whole World Series.
Dang.
And I mean, when I was a kid playing baseball by myself or with my friend in a dirt lot, I was Chris Burnett's Game 7 of the World Series, up to bat, 2 outs, 3 people on, down by 2, He hits a home run. He wins the World Series. And that's what Joe Carter did. He did what the kids, all the kids dream of.
Yeah.
And right now we're in.
Do you remember the pitcher of that World Series?
I don't.
I don't know his name. His name Dwayne something, but he went to my fucking high school.
What? That's crazy.
Sick. I was 5 when that happened.
1993 Joe Carter World Series, because I was just blown away. And the whole time, next week, I just couldn't think of anything else. But he just fulfilled his childhood because I guarantee he was a kid at some point and was like, I want to win the World Series on a home run. And I don't know if anyone else has ever done that before, but that was pretty great. So right now we're in the 11th inning of the Kansas City Royals and the Mets.
It's kind of the same level, like you said, movie status almost.
It is movie status,
finale.
But anyway, so I got a new job. Halloween was yesterday, so now Christmas starts today.
Yeah, we kind of brushed off at the fact it was Halloween.
You know what the best part about the day after Halloween is?
What's that?
you can get candy for $1 at the store.
Diabetes for $1.
Yeah, diabetes, the sugars.
Okay, well, okay.
He's got the sugars.
I know no one's gonna agree with me on this, but
I just
okay.
might.
But Smiley does enjoy his free cheap candy.
All right, we put this up on Facebook. I like this question. I put this up on Facebook, and I got a lot of response. What is the worst fucking candy you got as a kid when you were trick or treating?
Mine was
I felt
wax lips.
Those are that's not candy though. That doesn't count. It's not candy.
No.
But you're supposed to eat it. That's why it's
Why would you eat
Who
it?
eats that?
because it's sugar flavored wax.
Oh,
I thought it was just a plate. I didn't think it was edible.
I feel like the worst one to me.
That's like well, then it's the worst candy.
Yeah, that's
No.
fucking awful.
I think the worst was those taffies that came in either the
Orange
orange,
and black.
or the
Yeah,
black
I
wrapper.
agree.
Oh, the
Ugh.
peanut butter
Those
ones.
were fucking nasty.
Those are so good.
You're weird.
I know I am weird. Okay.
Wild card.
Okay, you know what my favorite candy is, and this is I
Yeah.
bought four
Bit of honey.
four packages of them today. It was the autumn mix candy corn.
I'm getting sick.
Ew.
Ugh.
Are you? Oh my god!
That's gross, dude. Oh,
okay.
fuck.
No, don't talk about it. But anyway, so
Rex
my
autumn mix.
the thing is,
candy corn.
you would
It's the
get like
best.
bubble gum that was so fucking hard,
Or just powdery.
Break your teeth.
powdery bubble gum,
Ugh.
like stale bubble gum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
double bubble.
He was the and Bazooka Joe was probably the worst thing I got.
Bazooka Joe, those were great.
Big League
They came
Chew
with
is where
comics.
it's at.
Big League Chew.
You need to get sponsored by them.
I think Big League Chew. Where was that? Okay, so there's a really amazing documentary called "The Battered Bastards of Baseball."
I know what you're talking about. I haven't seen it though.
And it's great. It's about this minor league team from Portland that was owned by Kurt Russell's dad, and his dad was a B movie actor,
Mhm.
but he always loved baseball. And Kurt Russell played for the team.
Oh, I didn't
But
know
one of
this.
the guys on that team invented Big League Chew.
Sick.
Yeah, I thought that was crazy.
That's my favorite bubble gum to this day.
Yeah, fuck yeah. And it came in like a pouch, like you were chewing tobacco.
Yeah, it still
Yeah.
does,
And
man.
you would just cram it in your fucking in the side of your mouth like you had a big chaw, and you could
Yeah.
barely even, like, your mom would go, "Can you even chew that? You have so much in your mouth."
No, but I can blow this big ass bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at this giant bubble.
And they always had like the
I'm
most
gonna
like
spit a little bit now.
obnoxious baseball player on the cover.
Roided up, of course.
Oh yeah, I like Big League Chew.
Oh, I
Okay,
still do.
So
But other
the
candy, what-
second worst candy you can get,
Yeah,
Tootsie Rolls.
I hate Tootsie Rolls.
dude, I love
you
a Tootsie
kidding
Roll.
me?
They're
I
great.
hate Tootsie
love
Rolls.
Tootsie Rolls.
No way. Tootsie Rolls are
They
good.
look like little turds.
Well, but
I
they're
don't
good.
care what
That
they
seemed
look
like the
like.
cheapest thing you got, and it was like,
Oh,
I got,
no.
I got Snickers, I got
No.
Baby Ruths, I got Crunches.
The
and
worst would be like a fucking Werther's Original that they were just old.
I love Werther's Originals though.
Ew.
That's old people
When
candy.
I was
but
your age, my grandfather gave me
You
this
guys are
buttery
weird.
candy.
You guys
Tootsie
like
Rolls
weird
were
candies.
awful.
Yeah.
And I think
No.
the thing is, I would eat all the candy and the
Question: Tootsie Roll Pop. Would you eat one of those?
I would eat it till we got to the Tootsie Roll to the
No
center.
way.
Then I'd toss it.
Are you kidding?
Those are
Not
great.
kidding.
Those are the best.
Not into me. I'm sorry. Tootsie Rolls.
My
No.
Cheap. The thing is, you go there, and the thing is, I lived in a rich neighborhood, and so if you had a Tootsie Roll, it's like, you fucking cheap motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh, you remember the Tootsie Rolls that came in like a full like
Oh, the
bar?
big long bar where
Hell
they would
yeah.
break them apart. They did look like a turd. That was like a
love
rip on a turd,
those.
but I loved them. Yeah.
That did. But
I
I, love
just,
those.
I just think you guys grew up poor, so Tootsie Rolls was like a treat to you.
Yeah.
oh
Well, yeah.
my god, that is so mean.
Crust
I
punk
did grow up
delight.
poor.
He camped a lot. Don't you remember the camping stories?
Yeah, I mean,
Refer back to our library.
Oh, we're camping
Of
again,
shows.
Mom.
You guys,
Yeah.
You mean
you
we're
guys,
homeless
You guys
again?
lived in
All
some
right.
ghetto ass neighborhoods.
Here,
Get Tootsie
we're going
Rolls.
camping again, and I got us a bunch of Tootsie Rolls. Fuck.
Brutals.
Okay, well then, what was your favorite candy?
Yeah.
My favorite candy to get as a kid
Because my
was
favorite candies seems to be some of your like
Yeah.
least favorite.
Right.
my favorite candy to get, even if it was ghetto, was Jolly Ranchers.
No, those aren't ghetto. Jolly Ranchers are, dude. Sour apple Jolly Rancher. You can't hardly beat that shit. Man.
I would always. The thing is,
Okay.
Watermelon.
you section it off. The thing is, like, there was always
Yep,
the chocolates.
those are the two.
And you have the fruits,
Right.
And then
The
you just-
fruits.
the fruits, which is actually not even fruits.
Yeah, exactly.
But then you'd have like this other like conglomerate of like candy corn, just like sugary kind
Ew.
of with treats. And it was like you had chocolates, the fruits.
Wait a minute. Somebody gave you fruit?
No, the fruits. When
Oh.
I say fruit, I mean like
In the candy family.
Oh.
Jolly Ranchers. You had
Oh.
Mike and Ike's.
Yeah.
Candy
Mike
corn
and
could
Ike's
fall
are
into that.
nasty. I don't think Mike and Ike's are good.
I would take them over Tootsie Rolls any day.
Dude, no way.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Dude, you know what I thought was great? Like Spree or some Sprees.
That's
Okay.
that's the fruit category.
or Sweet Tarts.
Sweet tarts.
Sweet tarts,
category.
hell yeah.
Mm.
If you remember Necco wafers.
Yeah, Necco wafers are nasty.
What?
Yeah.
Crackle.
Necco.
Crackle was good.
Necco wafer.
Yeah, the
wafers.
chocolates, the fruits, and whatever the bullshit.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It might be a southern
Where theirs
thing,
was
or
part of
just
the
an old thing.
bullshits,
Do they even make
And you
this
have
anymore?
the bubble gum, and you would have like a candy corn. Candy corn
Candy
is
corn's
awful.
gross.
I
Yeah.
love
Oh
candy
god,
corn.
actually, I take it back. The worst candy you can get at Halloween is circus peanuts.
Ew, those are sick, nasty too, man.
You know
I
what?
think- can we all agree on that? Circus peanuts.
Yeah, they're fucking
Yeah.
gross.
I can agree on that.
Tasteless.
The
The texture.
They're like old marshmallows.
Yeah, they look like that too. They're like, oh, we just made a fresh batch. Well, we'll put those out in 12 months.
They don't even look digestible. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like oh, this is like a marshmallow, except
Yeah.
like it's been like left out for a whole day.
Yeah, it's gross
Ooh.
looking.
Kind
It's
of
all
weird.
going to my large intestine.
It's chewy. It doesn't
Yeah,
seem like it
I would
should
say
be.
I would say the circus peanut is
No
probably,
nutrients.
I think that's the fucking worst.
No payoff whatsoever.
Going beyond candy, transcending this entire argument, the worst thing you can get as a child is a Bible
Polio.
pamphlet.
Is it what?
A Bible pamphlet.
I never got that.
I got a couple of those.
Fuck those assholes.
Well-
you know what candy was like detrimental to my life, but it
Okay.
was great.
As long as they were Chick Tracts, I was fine.
Oh,
I have a whole collection of Chick Tracts.
How was
from,
candy detrimental to your life?
dude, the Lick-O-Maid. You remember the Lick-O sticks?
yeah.
No, dude, I love that shit.
That
And
was so good.
Here's how I ate it though. You're supposed to. Here's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to tear open. There's two little sticks, and they're
it's
just
two
basically like
packets.
sugar packed together. That's what they are. You lick the stick and you
Yeah.
dip them in the packets. I would do that for about 3 or 4 licks, and then I'd literally take the fucking sugar and pour it into the side of my mouth till it burned.
Oh yeah, it was all like salty sour.
Oh my god!
No, I do the same thing. And then I just eat the stick.
Yes, I ate the stick later. It was like super treat, the treat at the end of the day. It's like, oh man.
I'm just gonna pour like this Kool-Aid in my mouth, basically.
Yeah, it was like literally eating Kool-Aid.
Nasty.
I love that stuff, man. It was like my cocaine, man.
No,
It was like,
I'd fun with it. I remember that shit.
oh my god. And you always ate the lime one first because that was the shittiest.
Get
You
those
wanted
out
to
of the way.
get to-
Get those out of the way.
Well, the
Yeah.
funniest part is if you saw a kid with a lick'em stick, like they did, it did look like drug habits. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? It's like, all right, do you have like a routine?
Fiending.
You have to open this up right here, and I take this one first, and
Yeah.
then I take this, and then this one's for later.
Right. What are they? Man, and then like I remember when taffy used to come in like the big, long.
Taffy, fruit category.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
But now when you find Laffy Taffies, they're all small. But like the big taffy, like it came in like a big, like it was like this big.
You can still find. You got to go to like specialty candy stores.
That's
and-
terrible. It
yeah.
used to be, also
Used to be the norm.
I lost a tooth actually. When I was a kid, you were losing your teeth. I remember
Yeah.
biting into this thing that came out.
That's
like-
the best way to get your
That's
teeth back.
exactly. Yeah.
Pretty metal.
Some taffy.
It tastes like blood and taffy.
See, I like that
now.
taffy, but then you like go to the store and they're like, "We're getting some real taffy," and then you eat it and you're like, "Ew, it's
Guess it-
fucking nasty."
What's wrong with this?
We need to go to like the really rich neighborhood. Get
Yeah.
those Ferrero Rocher fucking candies.
Oh, and then to me that comes
people
down to
actually pass that out.
already go Diva
They do.
yeah.
There are neighborhoods in my town that actually handed
Turn him
them out.
down.
And the thing is,
Down.
if
No,
now
not
now
that.
these days for 6 of them, they're like fucking $4. But it used to be
Ew.
really cheap. But they
Yeah.
had those you save those for the end.
Oh, okay. So, question: generic red licorice versus Twizzlers.
What's generic red?
Anything
Red
else? Red
Red
vines?
vines?
It tastes
There's-
it tastes the same.
No fucking way.
Nope, it does. I'm sorry.
No, I to me Twizzlers taste like plastic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And red vines are much better.
All right, check this out. The only time that I eat Twizzlers
Mm-hmm.
is for Halloween. They
The
come
little
in-
ones,
They
those
come in
little
the
ones.
tiny ones.
And they taste different.
They taste different. They're
Oh.
amazing. They don't have
Just for Halloween though?
just
Yes.
for Halloween.
The red vines for Halloween.
No,
taste
no,
No.
The
The
Twizzlers.
Twizzlers.
Twizzlers for Halloween, they come in a smaller package. and they have a different taste, less plasticky for sure.
They're soft.
Soft, yeah.
They're soft. They have a different taste.
Fuck, I want red vines right now.
But
They're the best.
They're so
Red
small. You
vines
go
are
with like 100
so
of them.
much
Like,
better.
Sate your craving.
I can't tell the difference. I'm
It
sorry.
only happens once a year.
That's crazy to me. See,
It happens once a year. I'm like, oh, this is when the
Maybe it's
good
because I don't
Twizzlers
like
come out.
licorice that much.
Oh,
but
man.
if you
Red
give me,
licorice?
the thing is, there's the same argument for beer. Like, okay, so take like Miller Lite, Bud Light, and Coors Light. I can't tell you a difference on a taste test. Same way with red vines and fucking.
That's crazy to me.
I agree.
I could taste the fucking. Oh.
But they have a different consistency.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
Plasticky.
Maybe that's what it takes. Is
even red vines look like
the
plastic.
consistency, the
Palm oil.
Mm.
I don't know.
They look like
I
some sort of
don't know what
polymer.
it is, but I
polymer.
think they taste exactly the same.
Yeah.
If you were to put, other than aesthetically, like, okay, these are two different candies. If you were to like put blindfold on my face, I couldn't tell you the difference.
We got a trick or treater.
If I put a blindfold on my face, I would be able
Yeah.
to distinguish those instantly.
Yeah.
Probably
Oh,
by
yeah.
smell or feel.
I would just be able to feel it.
All,
Yeah, I'd be
all
like-
them cigarettes have dulled your senses.
I'm like,
Billy.
okay, let me just. That's a Twizzler.
Yeah.
Just by like.
Well, see, and then
feeling
what do you call them? Red vines. They just wanted you to come in, is what they're.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
come in. So the red vines actually have like a sharper feel to like the little spiral on them.
Oh yeah, because they keep their consistency.
Yeah.
Like
You can
it's-
just move
it's-
that stuff off there. So I would definitely say red vines. They all taste much better. To me.
Here.
I don't agree. I just feel they all taste the same.
Well,
I'm
You're
gonna go
weird,
with.
Billy.
I'm gonna go with Panda.
what's panda?
Panda licorice.
I haven't
is
never
that?
had panda licorice.
What?
Is this Korean?
It's what?
Is this Chinese?
No,
import? What is
no,
this?
what? You can get Panda licorice everywhere.
I've never seen that.
Panda, really?
Bring it next time.
Show us the light, Smiley.
I will bring you Panda licorice next time.
Here's a question for you, Smiley.
Yes.
Is there a difference between Haribo and other
Oh
gummies?
yeah,
Are you fucking kidding me?
for sure.
Haribo is the people that made gummy bears.
Germans
They
don't fuck around.
invented
They
gummy
found the
bears.
first gummy mines in the German dark forest.
Okay.
The Germans.
Oh, okay, so you have a conglomerate that perfected gummies.
Right,
Haribo.
Could there be, in theory, somebody who can make it better?
possibly.
Is
Is there, though?
Is there a
No.
Pepsi brand to
Okay,
Haribo?
a close second would be Lifesaver gummies.
What about
Oh,
Dark-
I like some Lifesaver gummies.
What about
those are
Dark
good.
Forest? Is that Haribo?
No, Dark Forest is fucking knockoff
Is it?
bullshit.
Fucking biters.
No. I've made my own gummies before.
Yeah.
Like I know how it works. It all has to
Whoa.
do with the chilling process.
Oh,
I mean, it's basically just sugar and gelatin.
have you seen the article about how to make Lego gummies?
No.
No.
Yeah, you can make them in Lego blocks.
Badass.
Well, yeah, you can make gummy in pretty much any shape.
What just happened? They walked them. Oh,
They walked him.
That's amazing though. I think gummies could be almost the perfect candy.
They're my perfect gummy.
They're like, you know
I
what?
can
This
eat like a
candy's so
pound of
good.
it.
We have bears. Why don't we do worms?
You know, when I went
And-
vegetarian, that was the hardest thing to give up were gummies because they have
Yeah.
gelatin.
That's all they
The
are.
only thing I can eat now is that Canuba wax. So cinnamon bears. That's what I'm limited to.
Oh, Cinnabears.
So are you?
they're good,
So
but
you're
yeah,
vegan?
Not vegan, vegetarian. I'm not as core
Yeah.
as the vegans.
Okay.
I don't.
You're not ovo lacto vegetarian.
No.
Oh, okay. So what candy are you limited to now?
Oh man, I mean, I can still do the chocolates and stuff.
What's that one chocolate substitute one called? Carob.
Oh, carob. I've heard of
I
carob.
actually like carob.
I
I'm
like
sorry.
Carob.
I like carob.
All right.
I'm
I'm not-
wor-
I don't know.
working
I don't
on
know
a
what it tastes
Doyle
like.
von Frankenstein physique, so I'm staying
Yeah.
away from the candies a bit.
Really? Trying to get ripped up?
Oh yeah.
Isn't one of those guys coming here?
Yeah, his 17th, man. I'm gonna be catching
Yeah.
him and Death Heaven at Sister Bar. So I'm gonna
Wow.
be
Death
oscillating.
Heaven is one of my fucking shoegaze
Yeah.
bands. Oh god, I love Death Heaven.
Oh, same here, man. That
Well, the thing is, okay,
New Bermuda is my shit right now.
can I talk about Death Heaven right now?
do it?
One of the greatest freaking guitar.
metal.
No, it's not even death metal. It's shoegaze. It's
Shoegaze
shoegaze
black metal.
black metal, and I fucking love it.
The drummers, oh man, they're
The thing is, the worst part of that band, and he's actually the most notoriety. He's the best part of the band is the singer, and he has the best death metal fucking voice.
Black metal voice.
For shoegaze band, and I love it. I love. Are we talking? Let's talk about Dev Heaven.
Yeah.
New Bermuda.
You just lost us.
Shit.
Yeah, we're all.
Smiling out like we don't know what that is.
What?
Yeah, but Doyle, he'll be playing on the 17th. I'm a big
Doyle
Misfits
is
fan.
the Misfits fan. Yeah,
Totally. I
totally.
saw him play with Danzig a couple years ago. They did a
With
few songs.
Danzig?
Yeah. Danzig brought out his monster. He screamed for Doyle, and Doyle comes on. They ran through a few Misfits songs.
Really? So they're friends. I mean, they're fine.
Yeah, they're fine.
Well,
Doyle's just down to play.
Yeah, Doyle's.
He doesn't care about the logistics. He doesn't plan the tours. He just gets up and plays, and that's all he's about.
That's cool.
He don't care.
He doesn't care that it's Glenn Danzig.
No.
So people hate some Glenn Danzig, man.
Yeah, they do, but
What?
It's Danzig.
Yeah, dude,
man.
you're not on Facebook where they just fucking thrash him, like they make all these memes with him. They're pretty
Danzig
amazing,
memes.
actually.
I love
him and Henry Rollins.
I thought that
he
was
has,
like the
he has
love.
the notoriety to be like Glenn
Yeah.
Danzig, so that of course people will make fun of it. But my favorite meme, or I guess my favorite persona of him, is the Glenn Danzig / Henry Rollins relationship.
Yeah.
And there's a comic book behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
I need to
is.
find this.
Glenn Danzig loves Henry Rollins, and they're
Nice.
just like cuddling, and it's always Glenn.
Oh.
And he probably hates it. And I've seen videos of him in his LA home or whatever, in his Compton home, and he's like a huge
Oh, yeah, he
fat
lives in like Compton, yeah.
goth house, and he'll walk out with his like fucking dog and like dog food and like,
Danzig?
groceries. Yeah, he does his own grocery shopping.
Well, yeah,
so he'll go to the Whole Foods, and you see Glenn Danzig wearing sweatpants and like
all 5'2" of them.
and a t-shirt.
Do you remember when he was going to be cast as Wolverine
Yeah.
originally in the 90s, but he couldn't act for shit?
I thought, you know what? Aesthetically, he was
kills
perfect.
it,
He was
yeah.
perfect. 5'2", stocky build,
back then,
big
especially.
fucking,
the chops.
sideburn chops.
Yeah,
he
the
was
men
perfect.
chops.
Yeah, of course he can't act for shit. But I don't know.
It's like, do you want me to yell at someone?
Brrr.
What a saber tooth.
All you gotta just play. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, right.
I'm Glenn Danzig. Give me your money.
Yeah. We all love 38. Right. All right. Let's finish this fun times. So yeah, we come out next Sunday for our special. I want to give big ups to the Clovis Portalis area for putting up with us last.
That
weekend.
was a great show. So
Yeah, you guys,
I know it's a lot to have me out there.
the thing is, I actually didn't talk a lot of that show. It was actually smiling. If we took out the
Well, you had us. The theme of the show was horror movies.
you threw down a few good ones, man. You
Yeah.
brought up the others. I mean, you had some few.
Yeah.
When you spoke,
the thing is,
it meant something.
it was the others that everyone was texting. Was like, yeah, I'm so glad you mentioned the others.
Yeah.
Because we have listeners that don't actually involve in the chat room.
I don't. Yeah, our chat room is dead. It's like everybody texts everybody. I'm like, there are people texting me. I'm like, stop doing that. We have a chat
Get
room.
in that chat room.
I put it on the fucking website for everybody to look at.
It's like
but-
MySpace, huh? Just dead.
Yeah, it used to be pretty. Like every show, we would
Oh
have
my god,
tons
the
of people.
chat room was
Yeah,
like,
we had it
the
up
thing-
on like the big
Actually,
screen.
is that better though? Because every couple of minutes when we had the chat room like on fire,
Yeah.
we would stop the conversations. Oh, somebody had this to say.
No, I like that.
It's a nice
It
feature.
depends.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll
It
see
meant
what-
that people that weren't our friends were actually watching the show.
Right.
I know.
Correct.
Right.
Which they do. We still get people watching. Hopefully, please watch us. But if you're in the Albuquerque area and you hear the sound of my voice, you are invited to Small Engine Gallery next Sunday at 6 o'clock.
We're doing it at 6?
What time do you guys want to do it?
It doesn't matter.
I think 6 o'clock is probably pretty good.
I take all Sundays off just for the
Yeah,
show.
I think 6 o'clock is probably pretty good. It will be dark at 6, I assume, right?
And yeah, basically giving shout outs. The guy, Danny McBride.
Daniel McBride from
Danny
Sumerian.
McBride,
It was
the
tight. It was-
real Danny McBride from Seatown.
Yeah.
That was a great fucking interview. Was it an interview?
I didn't fuck with him, though, when he said I'm from Cross. I just said, Portalis. I went to college there. I went to college there. Nice.
No, he had a lot of fun with you guys. So,
Yeah, it was good, yeah.
Yeah, he was expecting to be on for maybe 15, 20 minutes. 'Cause like I said, this is his first time on the interwebs, just like with me, at least
Oh,
in,
okay.
this medium. So, no, thank you for having both of us. And
Absolutely, man.
He said he had a good time. Can't wait to share it with his friends.
And
when,
you're from Scene Splitter, so people need to go check out Scene
I'll see
Splitter.
you guys. Yeah, if you come out, I'll be taking photos of these goons.
Are you coming next Sunday? Yeah,
oh,
you're gonna-
absolutely. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, the Limbs, man. They're one of our They're bigger bands. They're moving for
Leaving,
a reason.
man.
Yeah, they're gonna make a splash.
And we're gonna have
West
them
Coast.
on the show, so we're gonna talk to them a little bit.
Good. I'm excited.
They're our
for that.
good buddies, you know. I mean, I don't care for them. Billy and Smiley seem to like them. No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
They're great. They're great. They're great.
Dude, I
fellas.
love that. The thing is,
great guys.
having guys like in their early 20s, like millennials, actually playing fucking
Yeah. Gives you a little credibility, you know.
It's stoner blues, I guess. I don't know. Like they could play with a sword and people would like them.
That's apt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can play with weed and they'd be like, oh, who are these?
They're all pretty
Because-
nice guys. I mean, I've met most of them. Jeff Bell's always been real cool.
Most of
towards
them.
me,
There's
yeah.
two.
Two of them.
Jeff and Gage are always
I thought it was the
always amazing.
Well, there's like
talking
four
about
of them
the
now.
roommates, I guess.
There's like four of them now, actually.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have Jeff and Gage on. I don't know.
Sick.
The other guys can stand on the side and they can watch. Pay your dues. That's what I say. Oh yeah, I want to thank Harland from Scene Splitter for coming on. I want to thank everybody
Thank
from
you
Clovis
guys.
and Brutalis for the good time. Whoa, sorry.
Salud.
Bless you.
I want to thank Chase for going down there with us last weekend and doing that 14-second keg stand at that college party that we ended up at. I like how we didn't talk about any of that shit on any of the shows. That's pretty funny. Yeah. Sometimes you got to go out to the live shit to see the cool stuff. That's all I got to say. That's just how it is, right?
Gotta be there.
And you got nothing
That's
coming up,
true.
Billy. We got Cards Against Humanity every Wednesday at 7:30 at Distillery 365. Not the distillery, but Distillery 365.
You guys should change it up and do the distillery. See how that goes.
No. No.
You know how many people
Nightmare.
said like, "Oh, you distillery? That's so weird."
That's weird. Huh?
no, it's distillery. I actually want to talk to Matt and say, can you just call it 365?
Right, the 365 distillery or something. 360. I don't know.
The 365.
Yeah.
It was my
I like
suggestion.
that. Yeah, the 365. That'll catch.
But
I don't think he knew about the distillery or
That's
its
right, yeah.
reputation for.
Yeah, I know.
You
For being like
For crappiness.
East Forth doucheness.
And I say the same thing like that everyone else says about it. The people go, ugh, the distillery. They do have cheap shots.
They have like $2
And
Jaeger
Mortal
shots.
Kombat.
And Mortal Kombat.
They got that
So.
going for them.
But,
Yeah, basically it's if you can't get a pool table at Anodyne, you like
well, the one,
tuck your head down and you go across the street to
and
the
then
distillery.
you play on one that has a car jack for one of the legs. I shit you not. I was in there and that happened, man. They had a car jack for one of the legs of the pool table.
This is authentic Burqueño. Get in
Yeah,
here.
that is pretty Albuquerque right there.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're gonna end the show. We have to watch this fucking game. I'm
It's
sorry.
inning 12, 2-2. This is fucking insane. All right, but I just want to say thanks to everybody for coming out. Thanks for listening.
We
are
are 10
10 drink
drink
minimum.
minimum.